What's up, guys? Welcome to Shades Tube, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can hear this. Okay, I hear it. I just had to make sure if I was hearing my background music. Anyway, again, welcome to Shades Tube, guys. Before we start off with this live, let me ask you to do me a couple of favors. Hold on, let me turn this volume down. First thing first, if you guys enjoyed this content, could you please subscribe to the channel? Let's see. Also, could you please thumbs up if you enjoyed this content? I actually said that kind of backwards, but same thing. Also, hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos, and share and leave a comment, guys. All right. Let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is going across that screen, and it will be in my comment area once this video has completed. Okay, y'all, I'm over here doing something totally different. That's why I'm like forgetting what to say. But anyway, happy and blessed Thursday to you guys, and I hope you guys had a beautiful Wednesday. And let's get ready to get started with this live. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about Diddy. He just filed a $50 million defamation of character lawsuit. Also, we're going to watch maybe 2 or 3 of those videos with roycereed going off on, exposing Dwight Howard, all of the abuse she claims that he did to her. Okay, and then I'm going to cover some breaking news. I got a lot of stuff to tell you guys about Tik Tok. Just a lot of different things, guys. Okay, a lot of different things. All right. So get you something to drink, a relaxing chair bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job and take some time out to watch and listen to Shades Tube. Okay. All right. So let me go over here to the chat. Let's see. Jermaine is up in the place to be. What's up, Jermaine? He said, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, guys, if you want to show additional support to this channel, you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99, or you can do a super sticker or super chat, or you can do a cash app to $Shades Tube. Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate you, hon. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay. We are getting ready to start off with this live now. So let me go ahead and change these headers and the banner, actually. And we are going to get ready to start this, all right? Let me change this real quick. Now, let's see. Let's change this one right here. I'll edit this, and we're going to put up here Diddy time. Diddy. And then we're going to do roycereed. All right, and then we are going to do roycereed, guys. Let me take this down as well. All right. I don't have any more updates on ASAP Rocky either as of right now, but I will be checking it. All right, guys. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and open this up, guys. Hold on for a second. Let me find it. Here it is right here. So I knew that Diddy would eventually do this, okay? So anyway, Sean Diddy Combs, guys, he files a $50 million defamation of character lawsuit against grand jury witnesses, okay? Hey, most hated, what's up? Hope you're having a good night. Now, this lawsuit, which also names Nexstar, targets assertions from Courtney Burgess that he possesses videotapes depicting actual encounters involving Combs and other celebs. Okay. Sean Combs has filed a defamation of character lawsuit against News Nation parent company Nexstar and Courtney Burgess, who was subpoenaed by federal prosecutors to testify in front of a grand jury considering additional charges against Sean Diddy Combs over alleged videos depicting extra encounters involving him and other celebs. Combs, in a lawsuit filed on Wednesday in New York federal court, claims Burgess interviews in which he states that he possesses videos showing the singer actually assaulting celebs, some of whom appear underage, may prevent him from receiving a fair trial on ex-trafficking and racketeering charges. He seeks at least $50 million in the lawsuit, which also names Nexstar for amplifying the accusations across multiple interviews. In a statement, Erica Wolf, a lawyer representing Combs, said her client is taking a stand against the malicious falsehoods that have been fabricated and amplified by individuals seeking to profit at his expense. She added, these defendants have willfully fabricated in this, I can't even say this, let's see how you say this, disseminated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. This complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated. Hold on. In the wake of a federal prosecutor's charging Combs, speculation has intensified over the possibility that other celebs will be implicated in the criminal case. Burgess emerged from the increasingly feverish conjecture, stating that he possessed videos corroborating sexual assault accusations, some of which involved other stars that he said appeared to be minors. Combs targets Burgess, allegedly stating on multiple occasions that Kim Porter, who shares 4 children with Sean Combs, provided him with a copy of her memoir in videos depicting him actually assaulting intoxicated celebs and minors. One interview featured still images that Burgess said had come from the videos, including one depicting Justin Bieber kissing an unidentified male. Is this picture legit? Burgess was asked, to which he responded, yes, definitely. In a later interview on News Nation, Burgess falsely stated that of the 8 celebs who were recorded in actual encounters with Combs, 2 or 3 appeared to be minors, and that all were intoxicated and victims of actual assault, the lawsuit stated. Combs also points to interviews from Ariel Mitchell, Burgess' lawyer, with News Nation in September, in which she stated that there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. Referencing her client, Mitchell continued that a person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became public knowledge. Sean Combs takes issues with Mitchell, describing the inquiry as a catch in KILL, explaining that Combs was in the tape and this other person was, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs. The News Nation host, speaking about Combs' home, responded, it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Mitchell, who represents various accusers in lawsuits against Combs, replied that it doesn't seem like the person knows they are being videotaped. It is like they are being recorded without them knowing. Another allegedly defamatory statement from Mitchell includes the lawyer saying that she would be able to produce a police report corroborating sexual assault claims against Combs. The Contra Costa County Sheriff Office later released a statement that it had thoroughly investigated the accusations and determined the claims were unfounded, the lawsuit said. Burgess and Mitchell repeated false and defamatory claims that Burgess possessed videos depicting Mr. Combs actually assaulting celebs, including minors, led federal prosecutors to subpoena him to a grand jury sitting in New York, New York, the complaint stated. On the day he appeared before the grand jury, Burgess and Mitchell gave an interview on the courthouse steps, during which they acknowledged that U.S. Marshals have visited his residence to ensure compliance with the subpoena. Nexstar declined to comment, while Mitchell did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. So there you go. Sean Diddy Combs filed a $50 million defamation of character lawsuit against grand jury witnesses, Courtney Burgess, Nexstar. All right? And he claims that Courtney Burgess is lying, basically. All right? And Nexstar put that stuff out. Okay? So people can, they spread it all around and stuff. So that's what he's doing. So what do you guys think about that? The lawsuit. I knew that he would eventually start doing defamation of character lawsuits. You cannot be going around here making up false things and just saying stuff. Okay? And it's not true. Even a lot of stuff that I just read in here where they said that they lied and said that she would be coming up with some videos or some stuff, showing that Sean Combs was actually assaulting celebs and underage kids. When they went to the sheriff's office, I think that's what I said in here, they didn't even have anything related to that. So, I don't know what's going on with this case. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people are lying. You know what I'm saying? Just making up stuff. It does not even make any sense. I think he did too. He just made $50 million. You know what I'm saying? Because this is plainly ridiculous. Let's see what did they say right here. Hold on. He said these are intentional falsehoods, lies, okay? And he said these lies have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. And you know what? This is why I think this is going to end up being a mistrial, because I don't understand. Once again, I said this before. I do not understand how they are going to get a jury that does not know anything about this case, period. I don't see how they can do this. You know what I'm saying? And all these people are lying, making up stuff. Burgess talking about he possessed these videos that shows that Diddy actually assaulted celebs and underage stars, I guess. And you don't even see anything that makes this true. You don't. And then that picture where allegedly it shows Justin Bieber kissing an unidentified male. He said, they asked him, Burgess, is that picture legit? And he said, yes, it definitely is. And then they said he falsely stated that of the 8 celebs who were recorded in actual encounter with Combs, 2 or 3 appeared to be minors, and all of them were intoxicated or something else was wrong with them, drugged or whatever. And they were all victims of sexual assault. And they said, this is false. And then they start talking about his lawyer, who starts saying stuff, who claimed that some videos were being shopped around that shows Diddy actually assaulting celebs, underage celebs. Okay. And she was saying that somebody contacted her and said they had the video. Okay. And then wanted her to call the celebs that were in the video to purchase it before it becomes available to the public. And then she was saying that Combs was in the tape and other people were too, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then she was talking about a lot of hidden cameras. And this right here is crazy, you guys. Like I just said before. Then he said that she made another defamatory statement saying that she could produce a police report. That's what she said, corroborating actual assault claims against Combs. So then they contacted the sheriff's office and they released a statement and said that they determined the claims were unfounded. So that means she lied about the claims. That does not even make any sense. A lawyer? So they said both of them, Burgess and Mitchell, lied continuously and defamed Sean Diddy's Combs' character. Okay? Point blank. So you mean to tell me that this man sat in front of a grand jury? Hold on, because they did say he was in front of the grand jury. Yeah, because he appeared before the grand jury. Y'all remember that anyway, because I think I showed that. You mean to tell me he sat there and lied and made up stuff? Now the picture could be true. The one where he has with Justin Bieber, allegedly Justin Bieber kissing a dude, but it may not be like he claimed. You know what I'm saying? But I still can't believe this dude sitting up here lying like that. And his lawyer? I mean, she basically lied and said that the police and put them into it as well. That's not a good look for a lawyer, for real. And then I asked the question, why are they going after this dude with all these lies like this? Is it just for money, or they just really want to bring him down, or what? And if they find, okay, if Sean Diddy Combs wins this lawsuit, there should be something else that's done to that lawyer if she's lying like that. And then if he actually lied to the grand jury, wouldn't he be charged with something for lying to the grand jury? This is crazy. This whole entire case is absolutely crazy. All right, every day we get something new. Let me go to Tik Tok and see what they're saying about this. Every day. It just goes to prove. Hold on, let me turn this down. It just goes to prove that it's probably a lot of people lying regarding this entire case. These civil lawsuits, we still don't know exactly what the feds have on him. What's on those electronic devices. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Let me see what they said on him. Defamation lawsuit. Hold on, let me look this up. What do you think, Jermaine? Okay, they're talking about the $50 million bill. We're talking about the lawsuit. And then that's another thing. People are going out attacking this dude and don't even know if all these allegations are true. That's why I say, if he does end up getting out because he get a mistrial or something like that, a lot of people, if I was him, I honestly wouldn't talk to none of those people. I really would. All these so-called friends, I just wouldn't do it because it's crazy. Yeah, you said that. And I think it might be because a lot of things is coming out. You got this right here that we uncovered something else. I can't even remember what it was that I was telling you guys about. There's so many damn lies. And you got the chick lying on them, talking about she was great, when she was 13 and she ran to the gas station, but yet nobody questioned the gas attendant that was there or found them. Her dad can't recall anything. Benji Madden, I think that's his name, from Good Charlotte. She claims she talked to him. He says that's not true because him and his band, Good Charlotte, was on tour. I mean, just a bunch of lies, guys. Then you got all these people, claiming that he did this, that to them, but no real proof. Then you got the lady that I was talking about yesterday, Ashley Parham, who claimed she took a great kid, but she did it. I don't know how long she did it, but it wasn't no day or two. It wasn't 5 days. It had to be longer than that when she went to the police to have a rape kit done on her, and they said that was inconclusive. Like I said, I don't see any real proof regarding this dude. The only proof that I did see is the video where he was beating Cassie. That's it. And even those, that's what I was trying to remember. Even all those videos, those 9 videos, all that stuff Cassie said, not one video showed that. Not one. You say every single accusation against Diddy so far can't be proven, and there are obvious lies being told. Right. Definitely. Hold on, let me see if I can see if they got anything else here. Hold on, show files. Let's put the word files in here. Just a whole bunch of foolishness. They got this old shit up here. And I think a lot of people just really want to see him crumble down. So I think a lot of people are believing everything that they see because, when they saw him beat the crap out of Cassie, they just really want to take him down, and he should have gotten in trouble for beating Cassie, and that's on everything. But if he didn't do all these other things, it's not right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just on everything. Now let's go ahead and listen to this real quick. Hold on, let me turn this music down. That is crazy. Let me show y'all this real quick. This video. This is why they need to keep TikTok on, because TikTok shows so much.
October 2024, and he said that important situation. Diddy has filed $50 million defamation suit against accuser Courtney Burgess, lawyer Ariel Mitchell, and News Nation. So Courtney Burgess allegedly has videos depicting Diddy essaying inebriated celebrities and minors, which his lawyers say could negatively influence his upcoming trial. Now, Burgess has been subpoenaed for grand jury testimony in the case, but the suit is filed against him, his attorney, and Nexstar Media, which operates as News Nation. Diddy claims that they made false and defamatory remarks about him that in turn would damage his reputation, undermine his business, and painting him in a certain way to the public to poison his image and deprive him of a fair trial. Diddy's lawyer, Erica Wolf, claims these defendants have willfully fabricated and disseminated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. This complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods will undermine Mr. Coleman.
Let me stop her real quick. I don't know why she has this talking this fast. You can't even understand what she's saying. Okay? Let me just find somebody else. Damn. Anyway, she's just basically repeating everything I just said. All right? I mean, I don't know why they be talking so damn fast. You can't even really hear what she's saying. Let's see here. If I can find anybody else talking about it. I don't see anybody else. Hold on. Talking about it on TikTok yet. Except this woman talking fast as crap. Let's see. But let me read some of these comments. Hold on, I went off of her shit. This is her, right? Let me see if anybody said any comments.
Some breaking news in the
No, I see why nobody said anything, because she's talking too damn fast. Let me see if I can find anybody else talking about this. Let's see. I don't see anybody else talk. I'm shocked. Let me see how else I can do this. Sean Combs files, maybe if I say just lawsuit, let me do it like this. Diddy. Let's do it like this. We're gonna type like this, see if we can get it. Another thing on it, because I don't know what the heck this lady was talking about. She's talking all fast and shit. Here it is, where I think this one right here may be better. I want to see that picture too. We can't do that one because they got this damn music on. Let's see. These people be doing too much. This is this lady right here, I believe. Mitchell saying this stuff. Hold on, let me see. See, they can put all the negative stuff on here, right? But you don't see many TikToks about that defamation of character lawsuit he just filed. You don't see nobody on here with this yet. Okay, so we're not going to go back over those same videos again where they're accusing him of anything. Because again, all these accusations, allegations, but we don't see any real proof. Okay, we don't see anything really. Like I said, the only proof that we saw so far is the fact that we know he beat the shit out of Cassie. Okay, we saw that. We know he's guilty of that. But even those 9 videos that they have right now that they're fighting to get as well, to get copies of or get the original ones, I don't know. Even those do not show him doing anything illegal to Cassie or anything. It does not show that. Okay, then you got this Courtney Burgess and that star thing and Ariel Mitchell thing where she's appears to be lying and Courtney appears to be lying. All right, and then you got other allegations from all these different people that I have showed you. You know, there are videos from TikTok, but no one, and I mean no one, has any damn physical proof. Okay, you got Ashley says she took a grape hit and it's inconclusive. You got the girl who ran to the gas station telling inconsistent stories. You got Little Rod. You know, I don't know what proof he has. He might have proof, but until that comes out, you know, we have to say these are all allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is showing anything to really show that this dude did all of these things they're claiming. And now he's out now. He just filed a defamation of character lawsuit. I've been saying, I wonder why Sean Combs hasn't filed a defamation of character lawsuit on these people. And finally, he's doing it. And he's getting some of that money back. Hopefully, you know, that he's lost $50 million. I think it's going to depend on the tapes the feds have. Now, we don't know what is on those tapes or in those tapes. We don't know what's on those electronic devices. Now, I hope for his sake, it does not show him doing anything weird, like anything illegal. Okay. Right. You're right. And they may have said some things. You're right about that, Jermaine. Some of his staff may have actual proof, you know, and like I said, we won't know that until May, you know, because of some reason why the feds are still holding him. Okay. Some reason why the feds are still holding him. But if all these other allegations can't be proven, that Cassie stuff, Courtney Burgess stuff, what he's talking about, then, you know, if he is sentenced, let's say he is sentenced, his sentence may be a little bit lighter, depending on what the feds have on him. But he would know what the feds have on him. He would know. He knows what he has. Okay. And if he's been honest with his lawyers, they would know too. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you think they have on him, Jermaine? What do you think he has on they have on Sean Diddy Combs? Most hated. If you're still over here, what do you think they have on them? Hmm. It's got to be something, because why would the feds, what, because there's no way they wouldn't have anything. There's got to be something in those videos. Let me see if Google can, if anybody, like any lawyers, can guess upon that. Let's see. Hold on, let's look and see. There's got to be something in those videos. Hold on, let's see. So they charging him, like I said, with the trafficking, okay, racketeering in transportation. No, trafficking by force in transportation to engage in the P word. So what? Okay, so if they're charging him with racketeering and trafficking, it must be something on those devices that shows that, because there's no way that they could still have him in custody if they didn't have anything that shows that in those videos. But it is Sean Combs, lawyer's job to prove that this is not true. You said that you're right. They could have some witnesses. You're right. I keep on forgetting about his help. They may be testifying against him. And like you just said, probably both. They may be telling stuff. But wouldn't they still need like some type of proof? Right. You're right. I forgot about that. A threat to, right. What made the judge say he was a threat to public safety? Well, they did catch him on the phone, right? For real, not that little shit we heard, that fake audio. Didn't the judge say they called him on the phone? Okay. They didn't catch him on the phone, but they record the conversations when you're in jail, right? Then they say he was like basically doing stuff, saying stuff on the phone that he shouldn't be, that made them think that he would be up to some craziness if he was out. I thought that's what the judge said. And then, you know what? They probably did talk to some of his staff, because his staff has got to be the people who told that he threatened people in etc. So maybe they did question some of his staff, and they might be testifying against him, because somebody had to be telling the judge, them, the lawyers, the feds, whatever you call it. I think it's the feds. Somebody had to been telling the feds that he's dangerous, that he threats people, he put hits on people, or whatever. I don't know. Somebody had to be telling them something, because there's no way the judge would think he was dangerous like that. Yep, they probably did. I didn't even think about that. Right. That's why none of them have been arrested. That's right. They told. And they are probably the ones who said that he would do all these things to you if you told. They might even have told them that he drugged people and, actually assaulted people and things like that. And if any of them recorded anything, because you never know, they could have been recording stuff too, then that is going to be a trip. They could have recorded him and have that proof. Right. They may have tapes. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Because there's some reason why the feds still have him in custody. They got something on him. And I don't see how he would be able to, his lawyer would be able to explain that away either, if that's the case. Right. All types of information could probably be on their personal devices. Because he was acting like he's God and can't be touched. So he probably was saying all types of stuff around them. He was also having them do stuff for him, like bring him, X toys and lube and stuff like that, allegedly. So they probably told the feds a lot. And that's why he probably is still in custody, because they probably told the feds a lot of information. And then on those electronic devices, they may have information on those that shows that he has done certain things. So that's why I think his lawyers are going at things that they know that Sean Diddy Combs probably didn't do, to clear that off of there. So when he goes to court and they bring out the charges that they do, they bring out the evidence, the proof of what they are charging him with, the stuff that they know that he didn't do, he won't get, that would take away some of his sentence time, if I said all of that correctly, so he can get a reduced sentence. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what he did, because racketeering and what else? Racketeering and X trafficking, those probably carry a long sentence. Let's see how many years you can get with that. Let's see here. So how many years? Let me see how many years you can get. Let me look and see. Okay, let's see. You can get, you can get up to 20 years. Damn. Woo. So he better hope they can't prove that he was doing any type of racketeering, because you can get up to 20 years for that. That's up to 20 though. And let's see, what was the other one? Racketeering and X trafficking, right? I know I spelled this wrong. That's okay. No, let me do federal. Hold on. Let's see what they do. 20 years. Oh, yeah, because look, to travel for purpose of the P word, 20 years maximum. So that's 40 years right there. That's basically life. But that's up to that. But you won't get less for the first offense. You will not get less than 10 years. Okay, so for X trafficking, if he gets charged with that, he can't get less than 10 years and not more than life. So about 10, if he did somebody, if he unalived somebody doing that, then it can be 20. What did it say? Or serious injury, it says not less than 20 years. So that means he would just get 20 years. But since he didn't do all of that, it would be not less than 10. So he would automatically get 10 years for the X trafficking. And the other one is up to 20 years. That's 20 years. They gave 10 years on that one, 10 years on the other years. On the other one, X trafficking, that's 20 years right there. He's already 58. He'd be like 78. Or no, 78 when he gets out. That's, goodness. Sure is. But again, they would have to have something, proof that shows that he actually did X trafficking in the racketeering. His lawyer said that he did not do any of this. Hold on for 1 second, you guys. Hold on. Let's think about that for a minute. So like I said, y'all, they definitely, I don't, like I said, we don't know exactly what they have, but if they do have proof that he did some type of trafficking or the racketeering, he could be in there for basically for the rest of his life, just about 78 years old. It's over. Shit. Let's see here. Remember, his chief of staff was implicated at first. Christina Corhan, I think her name was, but then nothing happened, right? But like I said, his lawyer, Diddy's lawyer, said that these charges and stuff are lies, basically. It's false. He didn't do no trafficking or no racketeering. All right. Now let's see exactly what racketeering is. What did you just spill, girl? Rack? I don't know what the heck I just wrote on here. Okay, let's see what racketeering is. So they said that is a set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as a legitimate business. And usually you do this by fraud, extortion, bribery, threats, violence, or other illegal means. Okay, so they're trying to say, yeah, he was doing all of that, but you definitely got to have proof. Okay. So they claim that he was keeping copies of people actual stuff to bribe them. Okay, and to threaten them. And I don't know about the extortion thing, but to bribe and threaten. So that's why they got him a racketeer. Let's see some examples of it. Money laundering, extortion, fraud, predatory lending, embezzlement, illegal weapon trafficking, murder for hire, human smuggling, and criminal copyright infringement. Y'all better be listening to that one right there. I didn't even know that was in there. If you violate copyright laws, okay? It can also involve violent or non-violent crimes, financial crimes, or fraud. Let's see. Sean Diddy Combs once called his Combs Enterprise chief of staff, Christina Corhan, his right hand. That's from an article. No way all this stuff was going on and she did not know. Right. It would be, honestly, it would be other people involved, but you don't see anyone else there but him, unless they question all these people and everybody is testifying against Sean Combs. That is crazy, man. And since we own racketeering, I am so crazy. Since we were talking about this with Sean Diddy Combs, and as I was typing that in, also the RICO came up, okay? First, let's read this right. You said, according to the indictment, Combs is alleged to have used certain employees, including the high-ranking supervisors, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse in commercial X-ring, although none of his employees were named in the papers. So I'm thinking now that some of these employees may be testifying against him. That's why we haven't heard anything from these people. Just notice this. We haven't really heard, except the bodyguards, people like that, but we haven't heard any of these other employees say anything about this. And why is that? They haven't said anything. You know what? We haven't even noticed that because we've been too busy paying attention to bodyguards and Allie, Bisha, and all these other people. We haven't even thought about the fact, why haven't we heard anything from his other employees? We haven't heard anything. Okay? So I'm thinking, like Jermaine brought out, that they might have flipped and they may be testifying against Sean Combs. Okay? Because they did say he used certain employees and high-ranking supervisors to carry out, facilitate, and cover up. I remember reading one that said that one of his employees went out and got women for him. Okay, one went around giving people IVs and stuff, and lubes and things like that. So where are all these people at? Why haven't any of these people? No, why hasn't any of these people spoken out, said anything? You know why? Because they probably have talked to the FBI. And they can't say anything because they're going to be testifying against Sean Diddy Combs. And if that's the case, that's going to be a hot ass mess. The only way, if that's the case, the only way I can see him getting out of this is if his lawyers try to get a mistrial. And that's why I think they are, doing everything that they're doing right now. They're probably trying to set everything up for that mistrial. That's why that defamation of character lawsuit is a good step to make or to take. And just like them getting those 9 videos out there and letting everybody know that those videos did not show the stuff that Cassie was saying. Because what this is going to do is going to make it look like Cassie is lying. All right? Just like Courtney Burgess, his lawyer, and anybody else they go after. Even with the civil stuff, that it's still going. Other people are still going to look at that. All right, and that's why they probably said that all this stuff that's coming out, these allegations and stuff. That's why his lawyer said it's tainting, his image and making people already think a certain way about him. They're already assuming he's guilty just because of those lawsuits. So, like I just said, like Jermaine said from the get-go, it may end up being like a mistrial, And, let's just say if that does happen. If that does happen, okay, he should get his ass far away from United States of America or somewhere in a different damn city and state and lay low and stop doing all this weird shit, okay? Because even if he got off by a mistrial, and just say he continued doing stuff like this, if he does stuff like that, one day he's going to meet someone that's not going to be like everybody else, okay? And they are going to retaliate back. And it's not going to be in a good way. Because, everybody is not scared of certain people. You know what I'm saying? Some people will defend themselves to the limit. Eventually something's going to happen. So if a mistrial happens, he should take that opportunity to sit back, think about what happened, and reevaluate some things, and stay out of the limelight, and definitely make sure he don't be doing any more freak offs or anything else that he might be doing. Period. Because who would want to go through this again? And even if just say it was a mistrial, they will still be watching him. A lot of times once you be in feds custody, they continuously watch you, especially if you were incarcerated for some years like that. And you waited for anything like money laundering, extortion, all that type of stuff like that, racketeering, sex trafficking, bank schemes, or anything. They're going to always be watching you. All right? Point blank. And so, like I said right here, when I was looking up the racketeering and all that stuff, they gave some examples of that. And I just told you guys what it is. But at the same time, hold on, it came up with the federal RICO on here. And I know a lot of people like using this RICO shit here on YouTube. I was talking to a friend of mine who is a police officer, and I was asking him about the RICO a while ago and stuff. But anyway, let me just tell you guys what that is. A RICO charge is a federal racketeering charge that can be brought against individuals or groups for participating in organized crimes or organized criminal activities. Some examples of a RICO charge include money laundering, all right, extortion. Hold on. I had to sneeze. Sorry about that, y'all. And let me just tell you what extortion is, because a lot of people be having this stuff wrong. Extortion is when you use threats or even force to obtain money from a person or a business. That is what extortion is, okay? And then you got DRUG, trafficking, securities fraud, of course, kidnapping, embezzlement. That's when you steal money from an organization or business, okay? Of course, you got the robbery and terrorism, all right? They can also involve complex investigations and multiple defendants. They can also result in severe civil and criminal penalties, okay? And they also got murder in there, arson, and I think I said extortion and all of that in there as well, okay? Let's see. And some people have beaten a RICO charge too, okay, just so y'all can know that. So the 7 states that have RICO laws are Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. Other states have pending RICO laws, including California, Massachusetts, and New Jersey. And so the RICO laws are also state and federal laws, okay? And they define racketeering activity and the consequences for violating those laws. So now they said the federal definition of racketeering includes some federal code violations and 8 offenses that are also chargeable under state law. And if you get convicted under a RICO, you could face up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $250,000 or double the amount of money they earned from illegal activity. All right. So the difference between RICO and racketeering is this. RICO stands for racketeering, influence, and corrupt organizations. State and federal RICO acts outlaw participation in criminal enterprises. A criminal enterprise can include any group of people or organizations who collaborate or conspire to further their interests or generate illicit profits. All right. They even tell you where that word came from, the racketeering. Okay, so it's good to look and read, guys. Shit, there's a lot of stuff here. And I cannot believe somebody asked us racketeering and felony. Okay. Let's see. And the minimum sentence for a RICO charge is 20 years. Okay. Now remember, Sean Diddy Combs they have him charged with racketeering. All right. So what did I say? The maximum for that? Did I say you can get up to 20 years for that? I can't remember. The racketeering, let's see, X trafficking. You got X trafficking, right? And then you got racketeering. Let me look at this thing again because I forgot what I said. Sean Combs charges. He does not have a RICO though. Now let's look at his charges one more time, guys. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to get the one that I just had. I think he got X trafficking, right? And then the racketeering. What else was it, Jermaine? I forgot. Let's see here. If you got it up here. Let me look that up real quick, y'all. Dang. Charges. What is Sean Combs' charges? I was just looking at it up a few minutes ago. I just had it up here. Hold on, let me look and see if it's right here. So he has been charged with, hold on, let's see if they got them all listed so I can get it right. Okay, he has, hold on, let me see if they'll put it on here. So it's the racketeering charge, like I said, then X trafficking. But it wasn't X trafficking with the P word? I forgot how did they worded that. Let's see if we got that on here. They're going through everything on this little thing right here, all these damn charges and allegations for these civil lawsuits. Okay, let me go to this other thing. I forgot exactly what it is. Okay, here it is right here. Hold on. Yeah, running a criminal enterprise that include X trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. But it's not a RICO, right? And what did I say? I said that he can get up to 20 years and a minimum of 10 for one and a minimum of 20 years for the other, right? Almost the same like the RICO, because RICO, I said you get 20 years, period. Like I said, he better, it depends. I don't know what the feds have on him, but he better hope that his lawyer can disprove what the feds got some type of way. And again, like I said, like me and Jermaine said, we think that some of his employees probably testified against him. Maybe. And if that is so, and they got proof, like some type of video proof or cell phone proof or pictures or whatever the case is, that's going to be a hot ass mess, period. I really don't see how his attorney could get him out of that if they have actual proof that shows this, unless his attorney is trying to do the mistrial thing, and they may be using that strategy, and that's probably why they are going after all of these people who may be lying. Shit, I'm just trying to figure it out. If he's convicted, though, you're right. If they have proof on that racketeering or the X trafficking with the keyword, I forgot how they worded that. I said one is 10 years, right? Minimum. And the other one, a minimum of 20 years. That's like almost like a RICO. You're right, because I said that's 30 years. Okay, if they give him the minimum on one of them. And that's 30 years. Okay, even 35, he's already 50. He's 50 something, right? 50. I said 58 before. He's not 58. He's 54 or 55, I think. How old is Diddy? Let's see how old Diddy is. I think he's 54 or 55. I'm not sure. Let's see. He's 55. So damn, he'll be 56 this year. Yeah, in November. So, let's see. He already got 1 year almost. So we just say 55, 65, 75. He'll be old as shit. 85. So you said at best, how would he just get 10 years though? Oh, if he's only convicted on one charge, right? And it's the one that he can get a minimum of 10 years. Damn, even at 10 years, he'll be 65 when he get out. That's crazy. Like I said before, unless they can get that mistrial, let's see, how can you get a mistrial? Let's see. And then we're going to move on, guys, because I want to show you at least 2 of those videos from roycereed. Okay, let's see here. So you can get a mistrial or improperly admitted in highly prejudicial. I can't even say this word. Let me just spell it. Prejudicial evidence or very improper remarks by a prosecutor in their closing arguments. Or if the jury is not, up to par, or like if they know. That's why he's saying that all these allegations and stuff and all these people talking, they're making people get a weird perception of him. And that could basically taint the jury. That's why his lawyer is saying that. That's crazy, man. Let me see this. If they're going to come to the 5 reasons. Let's see if they're going to show me the 5 reasons. Let's see. Accept all. Let's look at this real quick. If we can get in here. Damn. What kind of site am I in? This is a lawyer thing. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see what they got on here. They got 5 reasons. Let me see what they are. But if it is, listen, I didn't know this. They said if a mistrial happens, prosecutors have the right to bring a new trial. Sometimes they They do not. They do not try to retry the defendant. So here are 5 common reasons for a mistrial: juror misconduct, jurors were improperly selected, inadmissible evidence, a key trial participant is unavailable, the jury cannot reach a unanimous verdict, often referred to as a hung jury. Wow. So if anybody discussed this case or the evidence with anyone, and if they read the newspaper about the case, social media, or watch TV, like in a high profile case especially, then you can get a mistrial based on that as well. Just like if you have contact with one of the parties of the witnesses. If, like I said, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's see what they're saying right here. So I mean, like I said, they could be going for that some type of way. I don't know. Because if they get a hung jury, because say the jury cannot like for example, if they go into the courtroom, right, and all these damn people are lying, or they say, they have evidence to say that these people are lying, his lawyer could use that at the case and try to show that a lot of people could be lying and these people lie. So these people tainted the public's perception of Sean Diddy Combs and possibly the jury. I mean, they could come up with all types of weird shit, because I'm still trying to figure out how would this jury not know about this damn case. I just don't understand where are they going to get these people? Because even in different countries, they have heard about this case. How can they even find people who don't know anything about this case? Even if you don't know who Sean Combs is, it's all over the news. It's all over social media. It's every damn where. Where are they getting these people at? And I've been on a jury. I've been at one of a jury thing. I was I'm glad that I was just a stand-in, a standby, whatever you call that shit, where you have to call them every day to see if they want you to come in. And I had to go. Let me think. Let me see. I think I always like had to call in. I know my daughter actually had to go. And my other daughter went and she had to answer those questions and stuff like that. I think she was too young and they didn't choose her. But I always called up to see if my group had to come in. I was glad that we didn't have to come in. We was always on standby. But like I was getting ready to say, I just don't understand how you could not know about Sean Combs, because he's a high profile celeb. And I'm just thinking, when his lawyers are going out, bringing out these defamation of character lawsuits, wanting to see the 9 tapes and bringing that out in the limelight, saying that it doesn't show what Cassie said. All of this right here shows that people are lying. You know what I'm saying? And so that alone would definitely make people, people lying. It would make people think a certain way about a person. Now, how he can use all of this, I don't know, but lawyers know. Right, everybody know about this. Everybody. And he definitely got to leave. If this dude gets a mistrial or anything happens, just say that his lawyers, his team proved that it was no ex-trafficking or racketeering. He need to leave. Right, he needs to leave and go somewhere, or go somewhere in a state where he can, he can just fade away in the background for real. Because I mean, he does not really have no true friends. Let's keep it real. People are speaking out against him and stuff, saying stuff, just weird shit. I mean, some people have it, but a lot of people have. So it's just crazy. you know. But we will see in May how this is going to go down, which is not too far from now. And now that Jermaine has brought this out, I'm really thinking now that his team have turned against him and they are going to be testifying. That's why we haven't seen anyone else, being arrested. That's why they are not talking for real. Okay? Well, that's crazy. But I'm pretty sure they're going to bring up the fact that Courtney Burgess may be lying in his lawyer, when he goes to trial. And then the Cassie stuff, because that picture was painted that he was beating the shit out of her all the damn time, forcing her to have forcing her to do all this other stuff, and all types of stuff, because that's what she said, allegedly. And those videos just don't show that, even though those videos only show that particular time. What about when they weren't on videos? So we will see. Like I said, it's a trip. We will see them. All right, so that is it for Sean Combs, because I can basically talk about him all damn night. It's so much stuff, guys. It's a lot of stuff. And if he does get a mistrial, they can retry him again. All right, just to let you guys know that. And then he still has all of those other civil lawsuits as well. Okay, so it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's move on to Royce Reed now. Let's talk about her real quick, because it's almost 12 o'clock. Let me go ahead and get her up here. Let me take the Diddy news thing down for right now. Actually, let me take this one down. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Royce Reed and Dwight Howard. And I'm going to show y'all some videos on that, okay, on my thing. So, hold on, let me do this real quick, guys. Hold on. Oh, really? Okay. So if they if he has a mistrial, oh no, so they can still retry him again. Because double jeopardy is when they try you again. Okay, right? Let me make sure. Okay, let me just check this real quick. Let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, so that means that double jeopardy is a criminal defense procedure that stops a defendant from being tried twice for the same crime after conviction or acquittal. So you said that does not apply to mistrials. So with mistrials, you can be retried again. Okay, so it doesn't apply to that. All right. Okay, I got it now. So you cannot be tried again for the same crime. But if it's a mistrial, you can be. All right? With a mistrial, you can be. So he can be retried, but I don't see them. They may try to do it again, okay, if he has a mistrial. Okay, because they're trying to get him. So what y'all think about, before we start talking about Royce Reed, okay, y'all always be talking about this man is in a secret society, Illuminati. Okay, so and y'all said a lot of government officials are in this, and celebs and other high profile people, right? So why is it, if he's in that, why aren't they protecting him? But then again, you just never know, though. But then again, you just never know. If he is in this type of thing, they could be, okay? They still could be. And that could be a reason, if he gets off, the reason why he could get off. You just never know. Or if they don't, if this is all true, this secret society stuff, just say if he gets convicted, maybe they decided not to protect him because maybe he did something that he should not be doing. Just never know, guys. You just never know. I just threw that out there since everybody was talking about these secret societies and saying that he's in one and all this other stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on from him. Let's go ahead and talk about Royce Reed real quick. Because I can barely breathe. Breathe right now. Okay, let's see here. We don't want to see no daggone videos. So anyway, Royce Reed and Dwight Howard share a 15-year-old son, okay? His name is Braylon. And their relationship has always been very, very tripped out, okay? So Miss Reed actually did a lot of videos where she claims that Dwight has been basically abusive to her. If I recall, I'm gonna let you guys listen to the videos, okay? Because I don't remember them in details. I may start from number 1 because y'all probably forgot it, and then go up to 4 or something like that. But anyway, in those videos, you hear her talking about physical abuse, something about he knocked her or threw her against the wall and or hit her or something like that. I can't remember. And made a mistake and slung the son when he was younger, I guess, against the wall. But that was my mistake. It's a lot of stuff that she said. It's a lot of stuff that she said in those videos. Okay, a lot. Hold on, let me see what Jermaine's talking about. What you mean, am I good? What you mean by this? Okay, so getting back to Royce. Okay, so in those videos, like I said, she was talking about a lot of different stuff, guys. And of course, he has denied all of this. I think he's even trying to take her to court for defamation, I believe. It's a lot of stuff, guys. Like I said, let me see if I can see anything else for her before we look at this video. These videos. So let me go ahead and read this real quick. So yeah, Dwight Howard sent her a cease and desist as well. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys that. All right, let's see. She calls him Superman too. I forgot to tell you guys that too. Oh yeah, I said I can't breathe because this allergy, not because I can't breathe. Let's see. So what was I saying? Yeah. So since he did that cease and desist, I guess that's why she used the name Superman now when she's talking about him. But anyway, she's exposing him. I'm going to play these videos so you guys can hear it. It's a lot of stuff. I'm looking at a lot of stuff right now. I don't even want to read all of this. There's a lot. Let's see here. And she did not retract anything. I guess in the cease and desist thing, he was asking her to retract what she said. Okay, and she had until January the 7th to do that. So, and she also he asked her to remove her thing that said I had a baby by Superman series. And she didn't remove anything because it's still there. He was like, to be clear, you must immediately cease and desist from making any false statements or allegations and should immediately issue a public apology. That's what the letter said, okay? Let's see. Hey, Grateful Grace, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, thank you so much, hon. God bless you too. Have a good day too. And when she got that letter, guys, she went off, okay? In her rant that she did, it suggests that the letter proves the points. She said that letter suggests that it proves the points that she made in her series about him coming after her in court. And she also implied that he is a coward. And she went off about it too, okay? She really did. Let me let y'all hear this real quick. Shit. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can play it.
Why aren't you laughing? It was so funny when you were disrespecting me. It was so funny. But then when I take it to my level, because there are always levels. So when I take it to my level, all of a sudden everybody stops laughing.
Okay, the thing is, I don't understand. She said that when he was making fun of her, I guess on social media, everybody was laughing, he was laughing, and all this. Then when she started going in on him, then he wants to send her that cease and desist. I understand where she's coming from with that one, because I don't know why people would be doing certain things. I don't understand why some people think they can talk about you, but when you talk about them, they start crying and whining like a little bee and want to do all these cease and desist, want to do, the world, want to act like they're innocent, like they didn't say anything. The thing is, for me, I live by this right here. If you can be big and bad and you can talk about some damn body, well, be big and bad when they talk about you back. All right. If you don't want someone to talk about you, then keep their name out of your raggedy ass mouths. And that's just on everything. Because when you talk about people, especially when you were in a relationship or something like that with them, good and dead going well, most people will get back at you. Point blank. You know this. Now, I don't know if this is what happened, with these two, but it sounds like it did. And the thing is that I don't understand why, if he did do this, if he talking about her, he should have expected her to say something back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. So let me go ahead and play these for you guys so we can hear everything she's saying. And maybe tomorrow, if anything is up that he said about her, maybe I'll play that as well so y'all can see. Okay, so hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I forgot to get this up. So let's go ahead and put it up. But yeah, people need to stop that shit. Don't talk about people if you don't want them to talk about you. Don't say shit about no relationship. Don't give out any personal information about a relationship if you don't want the other person to say anything back to you or back, about you. You shouldn't say shit. I don't know why people do that crazy shit. It's really weird to me when people do that stuff. Just be quiet when you're in relationships with people and things don't work out or whatever the case is. Don't say shit on social media. I honestly don't know why people like to run social media and tell everything anyway. Just keep that shit to yourself. And then that way you don't have to worry about all this other bull crap. Then they run and go do a cease and desist. Like the other person can't do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Right. Don't ever do that. Even if a woman starts speaking out regarding the relationship. Me, if I was that dude, I just would not even say anything to her on social media. I would call her up over the phone and ask her to stop. And then if she did not stop, then I would send her a cease and desist. But I tell you what, when I send that cease and desist, she can't come back and say, "Oh, well, you were talking about me too." No, she can't say that because I wouldn't be saying anything. I would do just like Lucky Day did. When his baby mama started talking about him, nobody even knew that he had a baby. Okay, we didn't even know. Okay, then one day she just came out and started talking about him. Do you guys know this dude didn't say one thing? Not one thing. Till this day, we don't know anything about how he felt about that situation because he refused to acknowledge anything that she was saying. He didn't acknowledge anything. And this young man is only 30 something years old. Okay. And I think this happened like when he first came out. Okay. Like in 2019. Like I said, I didn't even know he had a baby mama or anything. I thought he didn't even have any kids or anything. We all thought he did not have any kids. And then one day she came on there telling me basically a lot of stuff, not everything, saying he wasn't a person we all thought he was, and blase, blase. I'm telling you, this guy did not respond to her, not even one time. Not even one time. Now, behind closed doors, he probably did. All right, because eventually she stopped. But one reason she stopped is because he never did respond to her. And I think when people, especially men, when men get up there on social media and go back and forth with a woman, especially when they started, I think they're not men. Okay, honestly, I don't think they're men. I think they are little boys with hurt feelings. Because why else would you do it? Especially if you attack the woman first. Right, it's crazy. It's crazy, especially for a man, because a man is supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be strong. You know what I'm saying? He is supposed to be just different than the woman. Okay? Period. So I don't think it's a good look. All right? I really don't feel like it's a good look. It's not a good look for either person, but definitely if a grown ass man is getting up on social media attacking a woman, you know what I'm saying? Especially one that he's been with or he's been married to. It really shows a lack of character too, because how are you talking about the person that you dated, that you got in bed with, that you had a child with? It shows something about your character. If you're going to pick a person that is so bad, according to what you're saying about that person, it shows that you have some loose screws or something. Shit. The thing is that men need to be men. For real, for real. All right? And ladies, this is not to say that you're supposed to go online talking about stuff either. All right? Because you should be grown as well. All right? Be grown. Everybody is grown. We're not kids. All right? Period. So I do feel both of these two, okay, because I don't know who started going online first discussing the situation. But the thing is that it's really not a good look. Okay, point blank. Now let's go ahead and look at this video. All right, we're gonna start with number one first. Let me turn this music off as well. And hopefully this computer don't start acting stupid when I share stuff. Okay, so we got to do present, share screen. Let's see. We're gonna start with number one because I showed y'all 1, 2, and 3, and then we had these windstorm and fires here, and I was never able to show you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, and 4 today. Then I'll do probably some tomorrow, and then the rest on Friday. We'll just do it one after one because we never know what to expect out here in Cali in Southern California. All right, let's go ahead and watch this. Oh, I need to pull this up on my phone just so I can make sure this is right. First, let me do this. Let me share the tab. And we're going to make sure this is right. Let me pull this up on my phone.
Hey, y'all. I'm Royce. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm going to get this out. So, this is my story, 1st, 2004 to now. All because I had a baby by Superman. Part 1. July 31st, 2004, I was at the movies at downtown Disney with two of my friends. When three male figures walk in, one looking to be about an inch away from being a midget, the other very skinny and he had a bad acne problem, and another one who was extremely tall. As they come over to the concession stand, we are greeted with, "Y'all in my book." Our response was, "What book?" He goes, "My yearbook." I then respond, "No, I'm grown." He goes, "No, my magic book. Y'all used to dance with the magic." Oh, 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 yes, yes. He's like, "I'm the rookie." Oh, hey, that's how that went. Okay. And he was talking about, oh, y'all not dancing this year, that we left them with the Lion King. Like, it was just, it was a bunch of nice teas and goofiness, and that was it. He still had braces. It was nothing. So we go to see the Notebook, and they go to see something that I used to think was Transformers, but it was something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe iRobot. I don't know. Anyway, about 10, 20 minutes into our movie, I go to the bathroom because I am now in a full blown like argument with my then boyfriend, who is breaking up with me because he is swearing that I'm at the movies with a dude. Obviously, I am not, but he was very insecure, and it was just an ongoing thing with us. So, um, we broke up that day, and I was devastated because what? I got dumped. Anyway, walk out the bathroom, and Superman is sitting there on the bench. And he goes, "No, I should never make you cry like that." Okay, thank you. And you're like, "Nah, you know what I'm saying? I know, I know I'm young, but like, no man should ever make you feel like that." He had braces. So I'm like, again, thank you. And I go on about my business and I go back to the movie. And I'm in the movie doing all my course on my little aim, my little sidekick. But by the end of the movie, I'm just kind of over it. So we're walking out the theater, and they're leaning on the car like they're in Boys in the Hood. So we're walking across the street, and his cousin comes up to me, which is the one with the acne problem, and he goes, "Hey, you know, my cousin trying to holler at you." And I was like, "Well, why is your cousin not over here?" So he calls him over, and yes, he gave me his number. And yes, it probably was because probably make my now ex jealous. It is what it is. I was 24, whatever. So his first text to me was, "Hey, this is real name, the tall guy." So if you've ever seen me put TG on something or like heard about that nickname, that's where that came from. So anyway, fast forward, 2 months go by, and I have not gone out with him. I haven't really said too much to him outside of like AIM and, so I was just being an asshole. Well, realizing that my relationship is now over for real. My dad is like, "Well, why not just go and like hang out?" He's like, "You don't have to like do anything." He's like, "But just hang out, have like some male companionship." Not like that, but just someone to hang out with and have fun that enjoys doing like goofy shit like me, right? We decide that we're going to go to the movies at Festival Bay, which is now changed names probably like 20 times. We go to those movies, and I'll never forget this day because this is when I felt the shift. But it was a man and his son, and the son ran up to me and was like, "Oh my God, you're a magic dancer." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." That never happens, y'all. People don't know the magic dancers here. Like, no, for real. People don't know the magic dancers at all. So I was like taken aback, and he asked if he could take a picture. He pulls out a real camera and he takes a picture. After that day, there was a shift. I started getting invited to promos, to fashion shows, to um, theme parks, like, team events. I was everywhere. And I had stated a few times that I was thinking about going back to dance, and he was against it. So I did a brand ambassador tour with Cherry Vanilla Dr. Pepper, came back, and I said, "I've made up my mind. Like, I'm doing this." Um, And was he being supportive of things that I was doing? Yes. He was at the fashion shows that I did with Gaucher. Yes, that Gaucher. Hey, girl. He was coming to my parties. I mean, he was around. So I'm not going to say he wasn't doing anything. He was. But I wanted my career. I went back. The team took me back, knowing what our history was. I danced that year. The next year, I said I wanted to go to Miami. I said I wanted to dance for the Heat. That was my dream team, either there or the Dallas Cowboys. And both of those he was completely against, and I had no idea why. He would offer like our suggestions for other teams, but never those two. Just completely against anything in Texas and Miami. Now you'll know why. I audition for the team. I make it. Yay me. And after a couple weeks, there's a couple girls that are just treating me weird, and I didn't know why. Well, I ended up finding out that he had cheated on me with one of my teammates who used to live in Texas, but now was coming to the Heat. And he had been trying to get both of us to not say anything. Anyway, broke up with him and was trying to live my best life, y'all. Really was, right? And I got an argument with one of my best friends on the team that you all
Okay,
know, super
thanks.
black girl, Tracy. Got in an argument with her, so I was suspended for 2 weeks. So I went to Mexico with my DJ friend, and we had time of our life, whatever. Came back, and my phone is blowing up. My little sidekick, and it's him. And I'm asking for advice from my DJ friend, and he's like, "Hey, just go and talk to him. Just see what he got to say. Just hear him out. Like maybe he really is sorry." Okay. I go to the hotel, and at first he wasn't in there because he was at like team meetings. But then he comes in, and we're in there and we're talking, and he's pleading his case and asking for forgiveness, talking about how much he loves me and that he'll never do it again, that I'm the one for him, I'm perfect for this, that.
Standard lines.
I said, I'll talk to you later. So I
They
walked to
always
the
say
room,
that,
or I
y'all.
walked to the door,
Always.
and he pulls me back with my arm, and he's like, "Well, can I at least have a hug?" Sure. That hug turned into kissing and touching and our child being conceived. I did not know I was pregnant until about a little over a month later when I was in practice, and one of the dancers who, funny story, ended up marrying the head coach of, that's not important. Sorry. So after practice, I go to Walgreens and I have pregnancy test, and I take it home. Just call my brothers and girlfriend for the results. And when I see them, I start bawling. I literally lost it. I saw my entire career just disappear. And I was devastated. I called my mom in the same state of mind. She's losing it. She's freaking out until I finally tell her, like, I'm pregnant. She goes, "Oh, I thought you killed somebody." That's how hard I was crying. She asked me if I had told him, and I said, "I've been texting him. I've been texting his cousin. I've been texting his best friend," and nobody was responding. And I said, "Mom, I cannot be a mother." And I said, "Please help me. Like, I cannot be a mom. I'm not ready to be a mother." And she was like, "Well, you're going to have to tell your dad." So for 2 days, I waited for a response. And when I finally got one, the response was, "I was asleep. I was at a game in Milwaukee last night." And then he responded, "I thought you were on birth control."
Okay, let me stop this real quick. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Back over here. So did you guys hear that? Okay, so I'm replaying these because it was a while ago when I played it, but it's coming all back to me right now, everything she was saying. But I'm gonna keep on going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And you guys just listen. The fourth one will be the new one. And then tomorrow I'll play 5, 6, and 7, and then maybe 8 and 9 and be done with it. So she's basically just told us how she met him, how they started out, and etc. All right. So now we're going to go to tape number 2, video number 2. And look, he was using the standard line. I hate to say it, that all dudes, you say when they meet you, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They all use the same lines for real. It doesn't even matter if they rich, poor, or whatever. They all basically use them same lines, man. You're perfect. You're this, all this. Goodness. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Hold on, let me go back and do it first. Go to part 2 before I do this. Let's see. Reese, part 2. Okay, let's do present again. Share screen. You said you don't, Jermaine? Okay, but some people do. Other people do. I'm just saying. They really do. And listen, you just usually invite them to a freak off. Okay, you are ridiculous. I'm sure you do. Okay, I remember the stuff you told me. Okay, you're something else, Jermaine. You really are. There was something I was getting ready to say about her, but I don't remember what it is. I can't remember right now. Let me go ahead and do the next one. And then you say, then the deal is sealed. What deal, Jermaine? Huh? What deal? Okay, let's go ahead and do this next one, y'all. This dude is tripping. This is part 2.
Hey y'all, it's Royce. And this is my story about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004 to now. All because I had a baby by Superman. Let off with, I thought you would know. I'd like to that I had not our
It's
entire
what
career.
three?
Where is it? Also, I'd like for it to be noted that there was no attempt to pull out that particular day, whereas in the past he would move so fast that he would run into the dresser drawers. So let's continue. About a week went on, and there was a little bit of communication, and the communication was regarding terminating the pregnancy. I was told that he would help me. I just needed to get to Orlando, and we would do it there. I said, okay, not a problem. Just know it has to be a quick turnaround because I have to get back to work, and I can't let my parents know. Please understand, I had no idea how abortions worked at all. So I'm thinking that I could just get up and turn around. And communication ceased again. Now I'm having to talk to my parents. I talked to my mom again. She was adamant about me telling my dad. So I told my dad, and my dad was like, huh. And I'm like, huh, what? He goes, all right. And I said, well, I don't want you to worry because I'm not going to keep the baby. I'm going to terminate pregnancy, and then I'm going to finish the
Oh,
season
wow.
out. I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to fulfill this contract that I got with Treasure Island. Like I had all these plans, and I was going to pursue my career. And he was like, no. It's like, you're going to put that on hold. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you were woman enough to lay down. You're going to be woman enough to keep this baby. Now, back then, it wasn't a decision that was just easily made where you could just go to a clinic. Okay. It was also extremely expensive, especially for someone who was dancing on basketball court and booty shorts top. So my mom did not give me the money, and I was now stuck. And I was asking friends. I was trying to just figure out anything I could do. It even got to the point where I was drinking magnesium citrate, or I
Hey,
was trying to use a hanger. It was bad. I'm not. It was bad. But when things were put into a bigger perspective for me, I don't know what it is, but when you hear that heartbeat, it changes you. And I knew then that I was going to be a mom. And so now it's time to tell Superman that he is having a baby. And as you can imagine, that message was not received well. And I was met with a bunch of, oh, you're tarnishing my image, you're ruining my career. I'm a Christian. What I look like having a baby, and I'm trying to put the cross on the NBA logo. How could you do this to me? to me, you're a gold digger. Oh, yeah, I was hit with everything, y'all. Like I didn't have a career. But because none of those changed my mind, he then hits me with, and I have a girlfriend. Okay. I've always had a girlfriend. Oh, wow. Okay. So now I'm realizing, y'all, that not only is this person a completely different person than I thought he was, but I've realized that he is a master manipulator and he will do any and everything to get exactly what he wants. I didn't fall for it. And because I didn't fall for it, I was then met with hell on earth. When I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant, I was asked to
Sorry,
attend a
y'all.
meeting at a restaurant right around the corner from my townhome. I agreed to it, and when I got there, one of the first things said to me was, "You don't look pregnant." I said, "Thank you." They said, "No, because you have your belly ring in still." Mind you, I had already had this conversation before about wearing a belly ring while I was pregnant. I just liked it. But then they said that it just looks like you're poking your stomach out. Why am I here? Like, what the fuck y'all got going on? What do you want? Right? We sit down, and in this meeting is manager, his cousin, and I am then offered money. See, no, I was asked to move away and say that this baby was not his twice. I declined. They got angry. I was then approached by the team office and they wanted me to come in and have a sit down conversation and do a prenatal paternity test. My doctor said absolutely not. Therefore, I said no, it was dangerous. And once the baby came, I was not opposed to doing so. For the next couple months, I got ready for a baby shower. I got ready with my baby registry. And every time I did anything, I was met with false accusations. I was threatened with the baby registry. I was told to take his name off of there. And I did. For the baby shower invitations, I was told to take the name off of there. So I did. But I still was getting threatened. I was still receiving anonymous messages on MySpace and Twitter. And I didn't know what to do. Around early November, I started having really bad complications with my pregnancy and I was put on bed rest. I didn't listen, but I was put on bed rest. As hard as it was to sit still, it was something that I knew I needed to do because I could tell something was wrong. On November 16th, I had a doctor's appointment, and my doctor was like, "You need to go to the hospital and they need to put you on a monitor. Stop letting them tell you that you're dehydrated." I said, "Okay, cool." We go to the hospital. They still don't put me on the monitor, and I'm just over it, and I go home. Around 3:33 that next morning, November 16th, I woke up to excruciating pain. I threw something down the stairs. My brother came up who had been staying with me, told him I needed to go to the hospital. We go to the hospital. They finally put me on a monitor and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're having contractions for real." They say that they're going to admit me. I said, "Until how long?" They said, "Until you have this baby." Oh, cool. Tell my mom everything. This is also during Classic Weekend. 54 and a half hours, I was in labor, and my child was delivered via C section. They knew the day that I went into the hospital, they knew the complications I was having. They knew that the child's heart rate had been dropping, and not one person cared. Not one person responded to that at all. But when they found out that the baby was born, an immediate message came through to my mother asking for a picture. I said, "Send the picture." She sent the picture, and the response was, "Oh, that's my grandbaby." To me, all babies look alike when they're born, so whatever, but hey, go off. Start something better, but it was actually the gateway to hell. For the next 3 days, I stayed in the hospital, and not one time did I receive a visit from him or anyone in his family, but his girlfriend stopped by unannounced and uninvited with a bag of bibs talking about we needed to speak. I said, "No, we don't." Asked her to leave, and she left. It was cool. Well, a few days later, I was discharged from the hospital the day before Thanksgiving, actually. And on Thanksgiving, we go to my cousin's every single year who stayed right around the corner from him. He kept saying that he was going to come by, that he was around the corner, that he was about to ring the doorbell. All these things, kept saying that he was coming by. Y'all, he never showed up. We then ended up taking a paternity test at a neutral location, even though the team had asked me to take it at their offices. And I said, hell no, because I don't trust them. We took it at a neutral location. The results came back on Christmas Eve. He acted like he was excited, wanted to see the baby the next day, Christmas. I said, cool. Christmas comes. He's like, who all over there? And he wanted to see him by himself. I said, absolutely not. I'm not telling my family to leave. They're my support system. So they stayed. He comes in, he's with his cousin. His cousin is taking all these pictures. I'm not taking pictures. His cousin's taking pictures. Next thing we know, a few days later, these pictures that's taken, one particular where he's laying on and our child is on his shoulder, has now gone like, I guess back then viral. And everybody now knows that Superman has a baby.
Okay. Let's stop sharing this. Okay, let's take this off. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go to number 3. We're going to move right along to number 3 so we can get to number 4. This is getting very, very interesting, okay? So let me go ahead and go number 4 real quick. Hold on, guys. Okay. Well, I was just on 2. Let me go to number 3. I'm going to number 3. All right, number 3. Let's see. This is number 3. Okay. Let me try this a damn again. This is why I don't like sharing videos, because it'd be a hot ass mess. Let me try it again. Y'all tell me if y'all hear sound.
It's Royce, and I'm back again to tell you about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004, and still now, all because we are now in January of 2008, and I am at my cousin's house, the same cousin that stays around the corner from him. He calls and he says that he wants to come and have a talk with me. I said, okay. He comes by. Superman is bearing gifts. There's a brand new car outside for me, a Lexus SUV, a brand new Sidekick phone, and he offers to buy me a house. After talking it over with my dad, my mom, it was absolutely not, because the house is not going to be in your name, and it's something that he can take from you at any moment if he gets mad. So I declined it. He then said, well, let me refurnish your townhouse. Okay. I was not asked about any type of furniture. Showed up at my door one day and just started bringing stuff in. No lie. I had no say so. When it came down to me needing diapers and bottles and now formula, because I'm no longer able to breastfeed, my body wasn't producing enough milk. His mom did at one point come by with a bunch of diapers. I was very thankful. But that was it. There was nothing else. There was no help. There was nothing. At this point, I auditioned for a dancing gig at Holy Land, and I got the gig. So I began to work. My child was with my parents, and on occasion, he would be with his father and the nanny and his girlfriend. Well, there were days where he would come home from seeing or spending time with his father, and he would be very colicky, throwing up like sick. I mean, fevers, would have to take him to the doctor. It was a lot. That relationship he was in ended. I find out later on that the reason my child was returned super colicky, sick, throwing up, all these things, only to then be told it was because they were purposely giving him food that was opposite of what he was eating. I would pack a bag and I would have it listed of what he should be eating for lunch, for dinner, all these things. And he was intentionally given the opposite. So when he would be returned home, he was sick, colicky, throwing up, having to go to the hospital. When I confronted the situation, I was told that was a lie and because they thought I was trying to micromanage, and they decided that they were just going to give him whatever they wanted to give him. Okay, I let it go, y'all. Now, again, we've had the birthday party, we've had our Christmas. Things seem to be going okay, right? We've now gone to mediation, and in mediation, we agreed to a child support number, and it was drastically, probably a third of what one of my attorneys was requesting. I said that I didn't want to seem like I was out for his money, so I was okay with the amount that was given. Totally fine. Moving forward, I start dating. Now all of a sudden, it's, I think we should make this work. This is your first kid. This is, my first kid. Let's make this work. Now, this is where I could probably be stupid. Well, I was dumb. I saw family, and I am a very forgiving person. If you know anything about me, I forgive way too much. So we decided to work on a relationship. Crazy we did. Almost regret it. I was forced to do things sexually that I did not um, necessarily agree with. But because I wasn't that experienced, I thought it was normal. And I never complained about it. I just felt like this is me experiencing experience. And that's when things started turning and physically and also mentally abusive. I was told that I was stupid. I was told that nobody would ever want me. I was told that everybody here loved him and hated me. And how does it feel to have my hometown turn on me? I better not ever leave him. If I left him ever, he would make my life a living hell. And he did. There were days that I would be at his home and I was threatened with a knife, and then it was laughed off. But when the knife was in my face, it was, I could kill you right now and get away with it because I could claim self defense and they would believe me and not you because who are you? That happened. He came to my house one day to pick up our child, and because I did not have a backpack or orange Trident gum or soda in my refrigerator, he followed me into our child's closet and he grabbed me and he pushed me to the floor and said, in the future, I better have his back waiting. I then left. I go out into the family room and I'm telling his best friend, the one that's an inch away from being a little person. And I'm like, get your friend. He's going crazy. What's wrong with him? Well, he comes in there and he, in front of his best friend, as well as my goddaughter, my other goddaughter, he grabs my hair and he forces me to the floor. And he's like, who the are you talking to? Our child, who is not even 2 yet, is thinking he's playing. So he's grabbing at his leg with his baby voice and he throws me into the entertainment center. When he threw me into the entertainment center, it broke the door. So I was flung into the one on the right, and our son, who was grabbing him and like thinking he was playing, he then flung him into the other door. I do not think that was intentional. I don't think he knew his own strength, but that's what he did. And it did break that door as well. Our son started crying. His best friend was like, man, what you doing? Like, that's a female. And he's just not caring. That's when I realized, like, oh my God, I'm in a relationship that I swore I would never be in. Now, moving on, the day that I really wanted to leave was a day where I did not want to have relations with him. And he then forced me to give him fellatio. I know you're wondering, how does someone force you into doing that? When you are dealing with someone that is that big and you are that small and you're terrified of them and they have got away so much and doing so many things and you're still the one made out to be crazy and bitter, you're probably willing to do just about anything just to get through it. And that's where I was. After that, another nanny came into the picture. I knew this nanny would himself, or he would be in the bathtub and he would be playing with himself in a really weird way that just didn't seem right. Of course, he was little, so he couldn't really vocalize things. But yeah, I could tell something wasn't right. There was a day where I invited her inside and I sat her down and I said, I just need to talk to you. And I said, have you ever put your hands on my son? And she swore up and down no. And I said, well, why is he sitting in a doorway hitting himself or playing with himself in the bathtub? And she was like, oh my God, I don't know. Why would you even ask me something like that? I said, because I want to know. She swore up and down that she had never put her hands on my son in an inappropriate way or even as a disciplinarian. I said, okay. And I said, but if I find out that you have ever put your hands on my son, we're going to have a problem. She asked me if that was a threat. I said, no, it's not a threat. It's a promise. And then went back and told them that I didn't threaten her. And I told them the same thing, that I didn't threaten her, that I made a promise. And that's when things started getting hidden from me about at that house with my child. But I found out anyway. it's also around the time that Basketball Wives was coming to fruition.
Okay. So we're gonna see the last one for today, which is part 4, and then tomorrow I'll do 5, 6, and 7, and maybe all the way up to 9. So at least 2 or 3 tomorrow. Okay, so let's go ahead and do part 4. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'll do this. Almost forgot. Y'all wake y'all. Let me try this again. Shit. Okay, y'all wake y'all asses up too. Okay, let me try this again.
Now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 4. So I need to go back through 2009 a little bit more in depth because that's where a lot of your questions are. So the first part of 2009, I'll say the first quarter, I am confiding in Shawnee. I'm talking to her about pretty much everything I'm going through. She was one of the first people I told that I was pregnant, so I really thought I had a friend. When it came down to figuring things out, it was do what you feel is best for you and your son. Follow your heart. Don't listen to what people have to say. Nothing biased. So I decide to work things out. As we're working things out, there are also conversations about a reality show. When I discussed it with him, he was all for it. He wanted to do it, he was excited about it. I told Shawnee, and easy sell. So during this time, we are working on our relationship. We are out in public. I mean, I'm going to the games. Our son is wearing his jersey. We had a Magic Day reunion. It was just a lot going on. I am buying a house. I am shooting a sizzle reel for the show. And that's when the verbal assault started. But I took my ass to LA and I went and I pitched that show, all those words, and I talked about how great of a relationship I was in, and I just knew I got it sold. I get back home and I find out that I have been cheated on with several women. All that I kept thinking in my head was this man does not like to use condoms. I went off. I went to the clinic, I got tested, and I went off on Twitter. I mean, woo! I was letting his ass have it, y'all. Of course, I'm pissed off, and we like broke up. And then a couple days later is when he comes by the house and he's supposed to be picking up our son. He's mad because I would usually have a backpack and some of his favorite snacks at my house, but we're not together. So why the fuck would I have that? But anyway, obviously he's in a bad mood. So I'm just trying to ignore his attitude. He's yelling in the house, like, oh, I'm ready to go. And where's his bag? And I'm like, it's in the closet. He goes to the closet and I'm asking him, like, yo, you good? Like, you okay? Because you acting real strange. He turns around and proceeds to tell me how stupid and useless I am, how I'm worth nothing, how nobody will ever want me. No man is ever going to want to be with me. How I'm the best that he could ever get. I'll be back. All these things. That's when I go into the family room and I tell his friend, like, yo, get your friend. He acting crazy. Like, what's wrong with him? And he comes out. That's when he's hair flipping into the entertainment center, with his son. Obviously, his friend is saying, hey, man, stop. That's a female. But he's still screaming and calling me every name besides the one I was given. They then pick up our son and they leave. I'm now left to have this conversation about what just happened with my goddaughter. After that, I then had to pick up our son from his house. And I'm sorry, y'all. I do not know why I laugh or smile when I'm telling my trauma. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I know it looks weird. I know it looks crazy. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism. I don't know. Sorry. I'm trying. Um, I don't know why I do that. But they leave with our son, and like I said, I have to now go and pick him up from his house after this visitation. And I'm in his room, and that's when the knife situation happened. It should also be noted to me going to pick up our son, we had a few conversations, and I forgave him again. So I get to the house, and he asked me to come in. I go, he closes the door, and he pulls a knife out on me. He says, I could really kill you right now and claim self defense, and they would believe me because everyone loves me here and they hate you. To attempt to rewrite history is crazy because those of you who were at the house that day know exactly what happened. But maybe that hypnotism did work. So he comes over to the house about a week or so later, and we're hanging out with our son, watching a movie in the family room. Remember, we're trying to work things out. And I go to the bathroom. When I come out the bathroom, he's in the bedroom. He wants to have sex. I say, no, my cycle is on. He says he wants head. And I say, no, our son is right there in the other room. He proceeds to get up. He shuts the door. He comes over to me and he pushes me down to the floor like he did before. And he proceeds to ram his waist into my face. If you can imagine what that feels like at 6'11, 200 pounds, and their pants are still on. Think about that happening over and over and over again to you. You're now in tears. Your son is in the next room. You've already basically been told that you're hated by your hometown. So call the police on Superman, Clark Kent, baby Jesus of Orlando. No, you can't do that. Okay, so that situation happened, and that is what ultimately led me to leave the relationship. Not soon after that, the show got picked up. And that's when contracts started going around and our attorneys started speaking with each other. And because I was still signed on to do the show and he was not, they were concerned about what I was going to say on the show. So they were like, well, we just want to make sure that she doesn't say anything bad about him because of his career. We don't want any type of, defamation. And of course, I'm like, well, is it defamation if it's true? But okay. And then it was also me saying, well, I don't plan on that being my storyline. I don't have to talk bad about him. I don't really have to talk about him at all. The next day, my attorney calls me to his office and he's like, hey, you need to get here as soon as possible. I need you to sign this agreement. And I was like, what agreement? He said, the agreement about what we talked about yesterday with you and Superman. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get in my car, and I think I was even at the park because I was close. But I get to his office, and it's not even 4:50 yet. It's like 4:40 something. And he's like, sign this agreement. So I'm looking at it, at least skim it. And he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just checking I'm supposed to read everything. So he says it's basically the conversation that we had, a couple days prior, just in writing. I said, okay. I signed the paper. I trusted him to my detriment. He then goes, yeah, we got to go. I'm like, okay. So we're rushing out the office. I'm right behind this man, and we go to get in the car. He's like, what you doing? I was like, you said we got to go. And he was like, well, not you. I was like, what do you mean, not me? He's like, you're not dressed appropriately. I had on an orange tank top and jeans and sneakers. This man went to court and me not be there for the judge to ask me if I knew what I was signing. for the judge to go through the different provisions of what that agreement said and me have to agree to it. My I could not say any type of insinuation, his middle name, nobody in his family's name, his friend's name. I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even say my son's name, y'all. And if anybody in the room was even talking about him, I would have to leave. And it said not till death, but till death and the end of time. That attorney later withdrew as my attorney, but there's a new agreement in place, which trumps the old one. So, as much as I wanted to fight it and argue it down because it was on some bullshit, my attorney had to remind me it's not about the little battles, it's about the war.
Okay. Oh, let's see. So y'all just saw videos 1 through 4. Okay, I'm thinking about it is what time is it? It is 12:48 right here. I probably can show y'all one more to get to 5. As y'all can see, this is a hot ass mess. I don't know, this is all allegedly because we don't know if it's 100% we don't know if it's true. Okay, so we're gonna say allegedly. She's saying that Dwight Howard did all these things to her. Now the thing is that with relationships, they are good, when they are there. Then when you break up in some relationships, things, come out, and sometimes they're not as people think. So the thing is with her is her situation kind of sounds a little bit familiar with a certain person that I was talking to. I hear some similar things, with people talking about you, saying things, and then trying to play the innocent role to people out in the public, when good and dead going well, they be doing the most. They say things. They've been, egging things on. They've been starting things. So again, like I said before, just for the sake of this video, I have to say allegedly, but I actually do believe her. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I really, truly do, because I know how some people be. They paint this certain image to the public behind closed doors. They be doing the most. Not saying that he's doing it. I'm just saying, in public they do the most. Be lying, want you to do public apologies and shit, but they're not willing to do a public apology. You know what I'm saying? Trying to act like you be lying about everything when in reality you are telling the truth and they are the ones that's distorting information. You know what I'm saying? So I feel where she's coming from. It's a shame that some people do this, but you do have some men and some women who do things like this and not even buying Pampers. That's crazy. That is crazy. And the thing about it, when people do not want babies, you have to learn how to use protection, period. It's just not up to the woman. It's up to the man as well to, safeguard against getting someone pregnant, point blank. All this kicking people and pushing them down to the floor and making them do fellatio to you and stuff. It's just plainly ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Let's go ahead and look. We're gonna go ahead and look at number 5. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at part 5, and that'll be it for the night. And then tomorrow we'll do 5. We'll do 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Let's do 5 real quick. I'm not tired, so it's only 12:51 here. So we'll go ahead and do 5. Let's see. Let me go ahead and go to it first. And I guess she has. I didn't see 6. It went to 7, 8. So I guess we'll do 7, 8, and 9 tomorrow and finish it up. All right, so let's get into this.
Hey y'all, it's Royce, and I'm here to tell you a story about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004 to even now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 5. I think it's also important to note when people ask, and I went to all the appointments, he went to one, he stopped showing up. So she ended up writing a letter stating that she could not do her job because of his failure to participate. So we are now at the end of 2009. And unbeknownst to me, this agreement I've signed has just basically destroyed my life. Well, not only am I fighting him in civil court, but I'm also fighting him in family court. They are filing all these motions claiming that I am denying visitation when half the time they asked for it, he wasn't even in town. But what does that mean? More attorney fees, more court costs. 'Cause every time a motion was filed, we had to answer. During this time, I am also dealing with one of his minions that is going on the internet and threatening to fight me at my son's birthday party. She was saying that someone was going to end up at the 33rd Street jail, that they needed to have her bail money because there was going to be trouble. I am expressing my concern regarding this person, and finally, it was agreed that she would not come. So now here we are in the first quarter of 2010, and I'm filming the show. I am living my best life. I am outside. I am dancing at pool parties. And here comes another lawsuit. What does that mean? Another set of retainers to pay my first check. So, the second quarter of 2010, I am getting drained with attorney fees. I'm fighting him in family court as well as civil court. And I'm also doing promo for the show. I am now asked to go on the Wendy Williams show, not as a guest, but as a how you doing girl. She asked me if my son's father was Superman. I said yes. I'm now sued. I am sued for $500 million. As I'm dealing with this latest lawsuit and people are laughing at me all over the internet and wishing hell on me, hoping that I go to jail, I am also getting harassed by the same person who threatened to fight me at my son's birthday party. She is sending me messages about, ha ha ha, how does it feel to not be number one anymore? How does it feel to not be number one anymore? How does it feel to know you're not the only one? Don't you feel stupid? And what was she talking about? We have welcomed baby number two, a little girl born in June of 2010. In September of 2010, there was another lawsuit. What does that mean? More money, in which at this point I did not have. He won. There was a writ of garnishment that was made out for November of 2010, and they went and looked for every single account that I had, and they took everything from me. Not only did they do that, they found the account that I had with my mother since I was a little girl, the very first account I ever had, and she was attached to it. It wasn't even an account that I used anymore. But because they didn't get anything out of that account from me, they took everything from her. They took my mom's entire savings. In the early part of 2011, I released my book, College Girls. I was hosting parties. I had a boyfriend, the one that bought me the dog. I was doing the weekly blog for the show. I was in Detroit doing the play Cheaters. I was hustling, y'all. Come June of 2011, wouldn't you know, by the grace of God, out pops Superman and Sister C. This one is a Christian. She is modest. She is a beautiful girl, all natural, and I mean, very little house on the prairie. Perfect for his image. He is getting baptized. He is giving himself to God. He is in love. Visitations seem as if they are becoming more consistent, so I'm grateful. August comes, and because visitation has become a little bit more consistent, my son is now waiting for him on the curb. Yes, just like the little picture of the kids sitting on the curb with a lunchbox waiting for their parent that never comes. That was my child, the one and only time I allowed him to do that. But nobody called to say that they weren't coming. And because I turned into the I find bitches instantly. I went on Twitter because I wanted to know where he was. And this was around the time where people were putting all their business out there. So I saw a picture and he was in New Jersey. He was on a basketball court with his and Pastor Zachary Timms. Oh, I had to go back through my calendar and I was making sure that this was a day that he was supposed to have our son. And it was. And I reached out to my attorney. I sent the picture to my attorney and I'm like, what is going on? There was no response. So the next day, I get back on the internet because I want to see if there's at least a timeline of a return because my plans have now changed, but it's always been that way. Well, plus 10, 20. What happened? Did he find out that I saw that he was in New Jersey and didn't get our son for visitation? No. I then see a headline that says Pastor Zachary Timms is no longer with us. Oh, for the rest of that year, I minded my business. Although I was still fighting in court and talking about this nanny and being told I was a liar, I kept my mouth shut. Well, now we're in January of 2012, and I am dating my football player, and I am happy. A picture comes out of him taking a nap with my son, fully clothed, very innocent picture. The narrative that is given is that my boyfriend was being inappropriate with him. They took that narrative and they ran with it for weeks. They didn't care that it could destroy this person's character, his career, his reputation, nothing. It wasn't about the nanny who was actually being inappropriate, it was about a distraction. Why? Well, in February, that is when I was made aware that he was leaving Orlando. And then in March, here comes baby number three. Baby number three is over a year old. Baby number three is a little girl. Baby number three was born the same year as baby number two. We are now in April of 2012, and Superman is longing to leave me alone. He does not. I am hit with another lawsuit. In this lawsuit, I am almost immediately demanded to send my child to California for 6 weeks. I get 1 week of visitation. Yes, I was forced to send my child to California for 6 weeks to be with a person that he has not seen in 6 months, even when he was in Orlando. That visitation exchange was probably one of the worst situations I've ever had to endure. I watched my child hyperventilate. I watched my child scream. I watched my child reach for me to take him, and I had to let him go. I was given a visit halfway through, and I saw the same exact thing. And I was also there with one of my dancer friends that I dance with in Miami, who I also dance with sometimes when I take a heels class. They were there to console me because I could not, in my mind, save my child. After that visitation, I was hit in court with more motions, more visitation requests for days that he was not even in town. And there was one time where we actually did communicate and came up with a visitation schedule, and flights had already been made, but his attorneys wanted to go to court claiming that I was denying visitation. I went to court that day and I showed the judge that we already had the flight information. His attorneys sat there and were acting so oblivious as if they had no idea. In 2013, I'm hit with more court filings and requests to produce as usual. But around April, I'm hearing rumors of another baby.
Damn.
Well, come June, that baby is born, a little boy. And I say on Twitter, congratulations, happy birthday. This baby was born in California, my little house on the very sister seat, and he'll be traded to Houston.
Well. This dude is pumping babies and everybody, y'all. Damn. Goodness. But anyway, we're gonna listen to the rest of it tomorrow, which is I think 7, 8, and 9. If these allegations are true, man, this dude is a hot ass mess, and that's on everything. Um, it's so much stuff I can't even remember. There's just a lot of stuff she said. I don't know why she even. I don't know. I don't want to say, but the thing is that suing her for $500 million, knowing that she does not have $500 million is crazy. All right. And then garnishing and going into her mom's account, taking all her mom's life savings. That's not cool. I know people don't really believe in reaping what you sow. And when when it comes down on you, it's going to really come down. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how he did that. You know what I'm saying? How he could have done that. Right. That's crazy. That's I don't even know what to say because it's plainly ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I need to use that tactic. Every time my name is said, every time my YouTube name is said, anytime you say anything about me, there you go. $1 million. Shit, I'll probably have to sue for about, let's see, $1,000. Shit. Because please, some people be running their mouth, just don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Not even a regular career that you can garnish. So, I mean, it's a hot ass mess, guys. Right. He knew that. That is crazy, man. That's why you got to be very careful, in the person that you date and have a child with, because some people are not what they appear to be when you meet them. And that's so everything. Just take it from my experience. Some people are not who they claim to be when you met them. And they be like a total letdown, a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Damn. He definitely had no respect for her, still don't. Or for the child, because he made a mistake and kicked the child when he was fighting her. And I don't know why she never called the police. Well, she did say everybody took his side, but if you got bruises on you, I mean, I think I still would have called the police, because all police officers can't be. I guess if a couple of them are into it though, like if the whole force is like it, I guess it's still hard. I don't know. But I know one damn thing. If this is all true, it's sad as shit. And I can't wait to see the rest of it. And you see she didn't take that stuff down. It's still up there. So she's not intimidated by nothing that he's sending at all. Because I guess she figures he already sued her for $500 million. So what more can he take? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy though. And when his son, I don't know how old his son is right now. I think 15 or so. But when his son become a grown man, he might say something to his dad in the future. And then his dad is going to be older, way older, and then he's going to be feeling some type of way. That's why you got to watch how you treat, your baby mother. You have to watch that, because the kids, when they grow older, like grown, they will let you know what's up. A lot of them. Doesn't even make any sense stuff. But anyway, tomorrow, like I said, guys, I'm going to give you 6, 7. I don't think there's a 6, but I know it's 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to give you those 3 videos. You're so crazy. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, okay? How you know you can beat your dad? Okay, your dad may whoop your butt. All right? But yeah. I don't know if I would be fighting my dad if I was a dude, but I would let him know what's up, unless, I doubt I'll be putting my hands on my father, but I would let him know what's up in regards to my mom, period. The only way I can see myself doing something like that if I was a dude is if I saw my dad, beating my mom. But then again, if the dad was doing the stuff that she claims and I witness it, then I may have to, if I'm there witnessing it, I don't know what I would do. But if I didn't witness it, I'll probably just be trying to talk to him, let him know, don't put your hands on my mom again and things like that. And then we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll just leave it at that. But anyway, like I said, this whole entire story is a hot ass mess. I don't understand why some dudes do this, especially why they make babies and don't want to take care of them. And then why they be so abusive to their girlfriend or whatever you want to call her. It's plain and ridiculous. That's why we got to watch who we get with. Because a lot of these people out here, both men and women, are fake as shit. You know what I'm saying? They're fake. They show you one picture of themselves and, they don't be nothing like they presented to you at first. And I know firsthand you got people that do this, dudes that do this. I'm sure you got some women who do it too. You are so crazy. You say he would catch these hands, and you're going to catch them bullets too. All right, and that's on everything. You're going to put him in a cross-faced chicken wing. You're going to put your ass in a casket or either in that daggone drawer, at the morgue. When they pull your ass out, that's what you're going to be in. All right? Okay, so, like I said, y'all sitting up here doing a self-massage while I'm doing this video. But I don't know. This is a lot of stuff, y'all. It's a lot of stuff. But I do know people paint a picture that is sometimes not them. And that's both men and women. And like I said, I experienced that myself. So I definitely believe her, because I experienced some similar stuff. Not no abuse like that, but just the mental abuse and the verbal abuse and the stalking and consistently, talking about me, bringing up my name all damn day, being certain places where I'm at, just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel what she's saying, and I do believe what she's saying. But for the sake of this video, you always have to say allegedly, and if this is true, regarding what she said. You say he ain't ready. I'm sure he isn't ready. Okay? He don't have to be ready. All he got to do is have enough energy to pull that trigger. All right? And that's it. All right? So silly self, Jermaine. All right. All right, guys. So that's it with the Royce read for tonight. Tell me what you guys think about all those videos in the comment section and stuff. Now, let me go ahead and give you guys a couple of these breaking news, and then we are getting ready to get out of here. Let me take her title down too. Man, that was a hot ass mess, man. I'm not gonna lie. Good videos though, and she is not intimidated by him at all. All right, I don't blame her. I would have left it up too. Except I would have sued his ass back. We'd be suing each other. All right, we'll be suing each other. I like to do the same thing you do to me. I'll do it back to you, regardless of how much money I don't have or do have. Okay, I would do the same exact thing. Okay, let me go ahead and do this breaking news with you guys now, real quick. So y'all remember I was telling you guys about the YouTuber who allegedly abducted 2 women and told them I'm going to F y'all, F-U-C-K y'all, and then unalive y'all. Well, anyway, he is back in U.S. and he is behind bars after fleeing to Qatar. Now, Most Hated Blog, I think, or either Tony Bands, I can't remember which one, told me that they said that this is not true, it's extortion, but I don't know for sure because they do have him incarcerated now. Like I told you guys, he's facing aggravated kidnapping charges and for abducting 2 women and taking them on a wild high-speed car ride. Okay, he is behind bars. Let's see here. So they say he fled to Qatar after the November 24th kidnapping incident, according to his criminal complaint. And that was obtained by Law and Crime earlier this month. They said the victims were found by deputies with the Waller County Sheriff's Office near a wait station off of Interstate 10 in the Brookshire area after a local resident saw the women walking on the side of the road and called 911. What's up, Tony Bands? Anyway, he was taken into custody on January the 17th and charged with aggravated kidnapping, according to Harris County court records. He was still being held Wednesday on a $100,000 bond, with his next court date set for Thursday. So he is currently incarcerated on a $100,000 bond And his next court date is set for Thursday. So he did get a public defender and has reported a monthly income of $0 to go with no listed assets. He describes himself as being self-employed content creator for the past 9 years and 7 months, according to the affidavit. So you mean to tell me all these damn YouTube subscribers and views, you mean to tell me he does not have any money and need a public defender? Listen, they say he has over 5 million subscribers across 2 channels. So he had one for his personal videos and then another one for his family posts with his wife and 2 children. So they say he allegedly met these 2 women online and then in person at a Houston area gym earlier in the day to work out. They went on an ATV outing together with some friends of his and spent time at a local bowling alley, according to Harris County prosecutors, before leaving to go home and ahead of the high-speed car ride. Both complainants stated by this point they noticed there was a complete change in his behavior in the defendant, where he was not the same person as he was earlier that day. The defendant then explains to both of them, the victims, that he believes someone is after him and that he is accused of setting someone's car on fire. Sounds familiar. You say he lying, he bogus. Oh, instead of taking the women home, Pitchett allegedly drove in the opposite direction and got onto I-10 going westbound towards San Antonio at a high rate of speed. Both victims felt Pitchett was easily going over 100 miles per hour. Pitchett allegedly pulled out a gold-colored handgun while driving and began waving it out of the sunroof of the car and firing it and, shooting it while also threatening the women, prosecutors say. Both the guy tried to calm the defendant by telling him to pray together, in which he agrees to do so and leads the prayer, but continues to drive westbound on I-10 at a high rate of speed. At one point, Pritchett allegedly told the women, "I'm going to F-U-C-K y'all and then unalive y'all," before changing his mind and letting them go per the complaint. So anyway, they said as a famous YouTuber, you know what he should have said? He should have said that that was a prank, since he is a prankster. That's what he should have said. Anyway, as a famous YouTuber, Pritchett is known for posting comedic videos, music, and lifestyle blogs. He has been very vocal about his current situation and charges since being arrested, with him making posts about it on Instagram earlier this month before deleting the page. He wrote, "Letter to the internet. It's finna be a ball. You see, it say accused, right?" And then he wrote, United States, I am on my way. I have a meeting with Houston. All right, so there you go. Let's see what some of these people are saying in the comment section. Somebody said this guy is a total piece of trash. I bet the number of his subscribers has decreased. Hopefully his channel will get shut down. He's demonstrated the willingness to commit violent acts against women. The justice system better keep this violent and insane person behind bars for 20 years at least. Okay. David said, I am all for it if he actually did what he's been accused of. If he actually said those words, that's sick. Now, if he didn't, and it turns out the girls are lying, are you going to apologize? Because this story could easily turn into something else when you hear the other side of the story, or they take a lie detector test. Mr. Cujo said this piece of shit needs to be put in prison for life. He obviously has no intention and is incapable of being a decent law-abiding citizen. Trash like him has no place in society. Let's see what else. Okay, let's see. Somebody said going to jail with those type of charges is just as enough. Believe me, they will literally handle his ass. All right. I don't know about that. You go to jail, they may not be doing shit to him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said proof he said and did these things. Why are people so obsessed with ruining other individuals? The hatred has got to stop. Somebody say, is it cool for this fool to be bonded out at all? What is wrong with us all in this country? First of all, he's still in jail. He didn't get bonded out. $100,000, okay? I don't know about that, Tony. They be checking all your assets when you go inside, okay? I'm asking the same thing. What does his wife think about all that? Taking 2 bras out for the day, ATV wides, bowling, etc. This guy has 5 million subscribers. Sounds like a shitbag using his internet clout to cheat on his wife. Scumbag. Somebody said he's not with her anymore. She with big boob. That's why he's mad. Okay. Okay, somebody said, well, it's the karma for him. He will be effed in prison for sure. All right, so there you go. So he is incarcerated right now, guys, on the aggravated something charge and something else. And he has $100,000 bond. And he remains incarcerated as of now. And what else did they say? He has a aggravated kidnapping, okay? And he's been held he was still being held Wednesday on $100,000 bond, and his next court date is set for Thursday. So I guess that next Thursday, not this Thursday. And it may be this Thursday. Let's see, January 17th. What is this? It may be this Thursday. I'm not sure if it's when they wrote this. Let's see. Well, it may be next Thursday because they just wrote this 12 hours ago. Okay, so it is what it is. So they do believe that, he did something, when they go to court or whatever the case is, they have a trial that I guess they will show evidence or whatever and go from there. So Trump pardons 2 police officers convicted in the murder of a black man in Washington. Oh, really? Oh, okay, Tony Vance. Wow. So let's see here. Who did he convict? So let's see. So they were convicted in 2020, murder of a 20-year-old black man named Karen Hilton Brown. Okay, let's see. So in September 2024, Terrence Sutton Jr. was sentenced to 66 months in prison, while Andrew Sabatsky was sentenced to 48 months in prison over an unauthorized police pursuit that ended in a collision on October the 23rd, 2020, that caused the unaliving of Karen Hilton Brown, 20, in Northwest Washington, D.C. The officers remain free pending the outcomes of their appeals. So one is in his early 40s, Sutton is, and Sabatsky is in his mid 50s. So Sutton was found guilty in late 2022 after a 9-week trial of second-degree murder, conspiracy to obstruct, and obstruction of justice. In the other dude, Sabatsky, he was found guilty of conspiracy to obstruct and obstruction of justice. The jury found that Sutton caused Hilton Brown's unaliving by driving a police car in a conscious disregard for an extreme risk of unaliving or serious bodily injury to Hilton Brown. It also found that Sutton and Sabatsky conspired to hide from officials the circumstances of the traffic crash leading to Brown's unaliving. Now, the D.C. Police Union has sought a pardon for the two officers. That's crazy. Anyway, his mom, you guys, was shocked and she cried when she learned of the potential pardons. Now, they said this incident happened months after the unaliving of George Floyd, a black man who passed on after a Minneapolis police officer knelt on his neck for several minutes. That order led to protests against police brutality and racial inequality in the U.S. and around the world. Anyway, after taking office on Monday, Trump pardoned about 1,500 of his supporters who attacked the U.S. Capitol 4 years ago on January the 6th, 2021. Among those pardoned were some who assaulted police officers. Anyway, the Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police union in the U.S. that endorsed Trump in the 2024 election, and the International Association of Chiefs of Police said in a joint statement they were deeply discouraged by those pardons, but yet y'all endorsed them. Okay, so it is what it is. Just like, you guys endorsed him, you voted for him, and he pardoned these two dudes, these two police officers, former police officers who were responsible for Mr. Brown's unaliving. I'm telling you straight up, you got to think before you choose people to represent the USA. All right, point blank. You have to think. You cannot be picking people based on your racism and stupidity. All right, point blank. Now, that doesn't even make any sense. And don't come up on my channel talking about who Biden pardoned. All right, we're talking about Trump right now. Point blank. Fernando say the same thing I say. All the African Americans who voted for this asshole, I hope you are proud that you blankly gave your humanity to support someone that views you as lesser than a human being. And that's on everything. Okay? Period. Justice Serve said, just wait until he repeals the 13, 14, and 15 amendments. But you know what? Thankful to God, the true and one and only God, that he only has 4 years. And those years go by so quick. They really do. Frank said African American men in Hispanic, what am I talking about? Hispanic men, and they got screwed day 1 and 2. Okay. Somebody said ridiculous. He is showing you who he is. He's showing you he is the heartless, bigot, racist person in the wrong position. Leave it up to him. He will bring it to hell. Justice Serve said no president. He said he means no president could ever right the wrongs from 1860s, especially to Black people. Another commenter said he released people who assaulted police officers at the Capitol, and one passed on from his injuries. So what else can you expect from Donald Trump? Well, GNAB is LOL, okay? And that's crazy as hell, because I guess GNAB does not realize someone in his family, including himself, could get unalived, okay? And then we are going to, we actually won't laugh, but we will be like, we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's on everything. Hey, Adele, what's up, what's up, what's up? Okay, so anyway, Walt said, complete lie. Media made that up. Only unaliving was a 13-year vet. She was unarmed. and shot by said police. Where's the effing outrage? A 13-year female vet, her right to protest is shot and unalive, unarmed at that non-violent Capitol protest. Why isn't that cop being charged? If there had been a black female vet, y'all would lose your shit. So just shut the F up, all of you. Okay, let's see what somebody said. Somebody else said she should not have been trying to, no, she should have, what? She shouldn't have tried climbing through that window. Okay, let's see here. What else? I want to hear this argument. And then somebody said she should have complied. They came back again and said it is very true that a cop passed on from his injuries due to January the 6th. His name was Brian D. Sicknick. Okay, Sicknick. Okay. They say he passed on of natural causes. Over 900 officers were assaulted and injured trying to protect federal buildings during the riot of 2021, and they were all arrested and let go. 140 officers were assaulted on January the 6th. Most of the people were arrested and set in jail for 2 years. All right. Okay, so they said straight from the New York Times. Officer Brian D. Sicknick of the Capitol Police, who was attacked by the mob, suffered a stroke and passed on of natural causes. And the thing about it, they put natural causes because even if they pass on from a heart attack, they still consider that as a natural cause. Okay, and I'll look it up and show you guys. Okay, he suffered all of that because of that riot. You know, the stuff that was going on there. We're going to look that up in 1 second, because y'all know that Shay does that all the time. Let's just screenshot that. Okay, let's look this up real quick. The thing is, I don't give a crap what y'all talking about in this comment section that I'm reading from right here, not the one over here on my channel. The thing is, you don't pardon 2 officers who unalive any damn dude, point blank. All right? I don't know why y'all always taking up for this damn man, but if he pardoned someone who unalive your relative, you'll be damn pissed. All right? And that's on everything. That's not good. They need to cut that shit out. Anyway, they need to cut all these pardons out. Unless it's for a non-violent criminal or somebody who didn't cause somebody else to pass on. Let's see who this person is. Brian. I think they said Brian Sicknick or something shit. See if I can pull him up. Oh, here he is right here. Okay. He wasn't old at all. 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. He was only 43 years old. Let's see. Yeah, he was only 40-some years old. Let's see here. You know what? He was assaulted by rioters, including being directly attacked with pepper spray. All right. A white police officer. That's who he is. Let's see here. He was 42 years old, like I said. Let's see. He was defending the Congress. He passed on in the line of duty. And, you know, good and damn well, regardless if it's a heart attack or whatever, stroke, whatever, they call it natural causes. But he passed on because of the situation he was in. All right. They got the whole background on. Let me look and see here. Yeah, after he responded to that attack, he passed on the day after he responded, because probably from all of the shit that he went through doing, at that, trying to prevent everything from happening at that damn attack. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm reading this right now. I told you, they let me see, when you guys say something, make sure that you read it completely. Okay, so the medical examiner reported that Sicknick had passed on as a result of 2 strokes, classifying his unaliving as due to natural causes, which they always do say natural causes for heart attack, strokes, and things like that. But they later commented that all that transpired played a role in his condition. Just like I said, probably all of the shit that he went through at that riot when he was trying to stop everything, that's what made him have that stroke. It played a role in his stroke. Too much stress. See, stress from that insurrection at the Capitol may have caused the stroke. And his medical examiner said he did not have no allergic reaction to the pepper spray. Okay. So the Metropolitan Police Department did investigate it. Okay. They investigated the fact that he was assaulted with a chemical spray. So on January 28, 2023, Julianne Cater, who was one of the person that assaulted this officer, she was sentenced to almost 7 years in prison. And then she was given a presidential pardon on January the 20th. That's a damn shame, you guys. That is a shame. But this is who you guys put in office. I can't wait to see everything else he's going to do. We're already seeing some of those executive orders. So I can't wait to see everything he's going to do. I really can't. And I hope that he does some good things for all you people who have so much faith in this damn man. And that's on everything. And if you want to know exactly everything that happened with him, the Brian Sicknick officer, you can just look it up, okay? Because it goes through the whole entire thing. All right, it tells you everything about him, what happened. They tell you, about his medical examiner's report and everything else. But he did pass on from natural causes, a stroke. Okay, but the doctor, I think, can't remember what I said, medical examiner, doctor, whatever, or neurologist said that the insurrection, or whatever you want to call it, the attack on the Capitol played a role in why he had a stroke. The dude was only 42 years old. He was not old, and he certainly didn't look like he was out of shape. And even if he was, but he doesn't look like he was out of shape to me in these pictures. This is the dude right here. Oh man, I'm sneezing again. Hold on, y'all. He doesn't look like he's out of shape to me, okay? Point blank. So, and it's a fucking kick in the ass, okay, for him, for the president to pardon the lady who was responsible for assaulting him with the damn pepper spray. When is it right for any civilian to assault a police officer unless it's in self-defense? When is that right? And to assault him, and then also, for any president to pardon anybody that causes the unaliving of a person. Okay, it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they shouldn't even be allowed to pardon people who they know for sure unalive someone. Those 2 police officers were driving crazy. They had a disregard for that dude's, for people's life, period. They ended up unaliving that dude. That's not good. You say you tired of MAGA? Right, it definitely was. They didn't. But that's crazy. You said you just got notification that your live come to find out if received it more than a couple hours later. Wonder why all of a sudden I'm getting my notification late this past few days. Sometimes it does that. I don't know. It's crazy as hell. Hey, Dub. Thanks for tuning in anyway. All right. I know that's right. Oh, yeah, I know. That's sad, man. He would still be alive today if those weirdos didn't go there and doing all that bullshit because their president they didn't win. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's go one more article, and that's going to be it for the night. Y'all, we've been on here 3 hours. Okay. So anyway, let me just tell you about TikTok real quick, and that's going to be it for the night. Okay. So TikTok parent company ByteDance. Let's make sure we got this right real quick. This damn thing take all day to come on. Yeah, so a board member at TikTok's parent company said that a deal to save the app from disappearing in the United States will be done soon. So allegedly they are talking about a deal, you guys. So General Atlantic CEO Bill Ford, a ByteDance board member, said Wednesday that it's in everyone's interest to keep the app active. Okay. He said we will get on with it as soon as maybe the end of next week in terms of negotiating what might work. He said the Chinese government, the U.S. government, and the company and the board all have to be involved in this conversation. He said there could be solutions short of, I don't know how you said this word, divestiture. Okay. All right, so let's see. So anyway, let's hold on. Let's see what they're saying here. So Trump added that he would be open to ex-owner Elon Musk or Oracle executive chairman Larry Ellison taking over the app. I told you guys, investor groups led by billionaire Frank McCourt and YouTuber and TikTok star Jimmy Donaldson, also known as Mr. Beast, also have made bids for TikTok for undisclosed sums. And then what's that dude named Larry? He also put up cash, $20 billion, along with another investor for TikTok as well. Okay. So they said for now, TikTok's ultimate fate in America remains in doubt until a deal is made. It's unclear that ByteDance would want to sell even if it were a deal brokered by Trump. Okay. All right, guys, there you go. It sure won't. It sure won't. They messed up when they had to start tripping and shit. Okay, they messed up. But anyway, that is it for this live tonight, guys. Hold on, let me see this real quick. Let me just tell y'all about this real quick before I get ready to go. So Trump just revoked the anti-discrimination rules enacted by L.B. Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965. So let's see here. So anyway, President Donald Trump said he had revoked a 6-decade-old executive order designed to combat workplace discrimination and promote affirmative action among federal contractors, undoing a labor standard that stretches back to the presidency of Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay, the rule Trump nuked Executive Order 11246 forbade federal contractors from discriminating on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity. It granted the Labor Department the power to enforce its provisions through a contracting standards office. The order was part of a long history of the federal government using contracting rules to try to root out discrimination. Signed a year after the Civil Rights Act was passed, it explicitly required that employers who accept federal contract money take affirmative action not to discriminate against job applicants or workers. In a statement Wednesday, Trump attacked it as radical DEI preferencing, referring to diversity, equity, equity and inclusion. DEI programs which aim to improve workplace conditions and reduce hiring disparities for minorities have grown into a conservative obsession and major policy target for Trump and his allies, who often say DEI enables reverse discrimination instead. Okay? Anyway, the regulations Trump revoked included placement goals or targets for employers to meet in the hiring of underrepresented groups. Anyway, he said that the Labor Department will be forbidding from pushing contractors to balance their workforce based on race, gender identity, sexual preference, or religion. He called his order rolling back the 60-year-old protections, the most important federal civil rights measures in decades. Anyway, as of Wednesday, the Labor Department's webpage still described Johnson's executive order as a historic step towards equal employment opportunity and said it remains a major safeguard for millions of workers. And that was signed in early autumn, Friday in 1965. That's crazy. Anyway, of course, Democrats and advocacy groups were quick to criticize the move. Senator Patty Murray, a Democrat in Washington, said Trump's order would gut core civil rights protections, as well as the Labor Department office that enforces them. Judy Conte, Government Affairs Director at the National Employment Law Project, a worker advocacy group, said Trump has stripped away a key tool in combating discrimination. Conte also said this is an attempted return to the days when people of color, women, and other marginalized people lacked the tools to ensure that they were evaluated on their merits. All right, that's y'all president that y'all voted into office. Hold on. Read this. Okay, JW said, yes, someone is going to say you would get hired on merit and skill. That is the most racist thing to say. Employers are given permission to purposely discriminate based on color. I bet white people are celebrating this move. This is exactly what's in the 2025 project playbook that Trump said he knew nothing about. That was a lie. As for me, I'm good. I'm good. What? I'm good. I'm a retired vet with a stable job, about to get my second retirement. But my concern is about what future Blacks have in the next 4 years. I see things getting worse. Okay. Another commenter said, are we having fun yet? How about those eggs or gas prices? You know, groceries. Has he ended the Ukraine war like he said he would do the first day? No. Now we are all going to suffer because you did not have enough common sense to know when you were being played. Psyched you out, didn't he? And I'm willing to bet you you'll let him do it again to you over and over because it hurts so good to be made a fool out of, doesn't it? left you out in the cold too. Another commenter said he don't have the brain to do so. Both parties is full of lies. They make promises and don't fulfill them. So what's new? He can't make America great. And then another commenter said he is laughing at all of the dumbasses that voted for him. And then another commenter came and said, first of all, he had a meeting with Putin today. Second, any idiot knows groceries are going to take a while because the FDA are involved. Third, all executive orders signed so far, he promised in campaign. So no one is blindsided by what he has signed as Republicans. Everything he said he has signed so far. Okay. Another commenter said, I don't understand why y'all are complaining when the majority of y'all voted Chucky into office. This is what y'all voted for. Y'all left for a rude awakening. He don't give a damn about y'all nor me. Gregory said, you all think people of color and all non-whites who are qualified, they have gained so much, are going to sit back and roll over and get pushed back? It's going to be some effing ugly days ahead. Russell said he's a piece of shit, and all of you who supported him may not be absolutely pieces of shit. You may just be brainwashed and ignorant to reality, but you are towing a fine line here. Okay. Sean said, yeah, brainwashed or not, they are pieces of shit too. Everyone who voted for this bobbing turd deserves to be flushed right along with him. Okay, so another commenter said, you voted for pieces of shit too. Quit acting like you have any moral high ground. You don't. Okay. T said his actions are going to hurt everyone, including the people that voted for him. Let's restate that. It's not going to hurt everyone. It's going to hurt all the middle income people and the poor people. The rich people won't be hurt. All right. I'm not going to read this one because he just said something that I'm not going to read to Trump. Okay. Woo! I got to read this one. I got to. I knew this was coming, and black people, pretty soon, you will end up in slavery back in the farms. When Trump said the illegals, he was talking or taking away black jobs. This is what he meant. We were to be doing under his time as president. We have another thing for this bad guy. Our God reigns, and he is bigger than Trump and his bad laws, bad actors, and bad beliefs. We are all God's children, and this too shall pass. Just like Ahab and Jezebel reign in this disastrous form. Children of God, pray for peace, mercy, compassion, and protection from a bad king, just like in the days of Ahab. Okay, so Sure Poison said, you all be so loud and wrong. This was enacted so that people who are qualified to do the job should not be discriminated against because of race, color, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. If I had that laughter thing on my phone, I would play it right now. Okay. Another commenter said, how is Washington just sitting there and doing nothing? Nothing. As he rips federal programs away. Anyway, guys, this 4 years is going to be very, very interesting. All right. But again, a lot of you guys voted him in office. So, I just hope whatever he does, it does not affect you. Okay. And that's on everything, period. So other than that, guys, it is 1:52. It's time for me to get off of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget all the stuff we talked about tonight, Diddy stuff, him doing a 50 defamation of character lawsuit for, what was it? Was it 500 million or 50 for $50 million against Netstar, I believe, in Courtney Burgess. All right. And we talked about Royce Reed. We played her videos from 1 through 5. Tomorrow we would do 7, 8, and 9. Later on tonight, that is 7, 8, and 9. Tripped out stuff, if it's true. Dwight. That's all I gotta say about that. And then we did some breaking news. We talked about Trump. We talked about the YouTuber who allegedly kidnapped the 2 girls, 2 women. So we talked about him and Tik Tok. All right. That's what we did, guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and do roll call. And then we are getting ready to get out of here. I want to thank Jermaine. Jermaine was in the house. He's still in the house. Thank you so much, Jermaine. I appreciate you. Okay. Thank you to all my bots. All right. I also want to thank Tony Bears for always being up in this place. Grateful Grace for stopping by, showing support. Most Hated Bronze, thank you so much for stopping by, showing support. Black Villages TV, thank you so much for stopping by, showing support. Let's see. Nightbot always doing his job. There go Tony Band's name right there. Thank you, hon. Again, A-Dub stopping by, showing support. Thank you, hon. Everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay, thank you to everybody, y'all. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content tonight. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe below and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. And share and leave a comment, all right? Don't forget to do all of that. And if you want to show additional support, you can do a membership for $4.99. Or you can do a super sticker, super chat, or a cash app to $Shades2. All donations are used to better this channel and to pay for things on this channel, guys. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys later on with another video. We're gonna finish with the read videos and breaking news and whatever else I find to talk about. And check out my Country Rain reaction videos if you guys watch those skits. And check out my Dollar Tree hauls, my YouTube shorts, in my other videos. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night. Let me change this banner. And I will see you guys in my next video. All right? Peace out, y'all. Have a good and a blessed Thursday. Good night, y'all. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you so much. A good long life. Let me turn this music up, y'all. Take care. Have a good night's sleep and happy and blessed Thursday.